All right, what's up, everybody? It is a fight companion, and this
Where the
bad
fuck
boy.
is my intro music?
I know we can't hear it right now for some reason, but it just happened because I just witnessed it. And so I am your host, Stephen Dudley. What's up, everybody? I'm sitting here next to 10th Planet's newest black belt, Josh Passini.
Oot, oot.
Oh my! You gotta back away from the mic when you're gonna do that. And then next to Josh is our boy Dean. Everybody remembers Dean.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you down for sure.
Dean's coming in hot.
And then next to Dean is his lovely girlfriend, Jasmine.
Hi.
Food's going to be here soon.
Very good.
So I'm going to go sit by the door.
Pitter patter.
Well, we already lost Dean and we just started, everybody.
I'll be
This
back,
is
guys.
great.
This glorious suit this man has on.
John Anik is fresh as fuck.
He's coming in strong with that pink shirt.
So we're just coming off of Paige Van Zandt submission win. I think it was armbar. I wasn't really paying
It wasn't
attention.
armbar. It was very, very lovely. Armbar off of back control. It looked pretty nasty. It looked like a full hyperextension. So, yeah.
Do you think it broke her arm?
You know, it's hard to say if the arm actually broke. It's possible, but it probably just hyperextended. But they are doing the replay right now, and she is fully hipped in and tapping. And
Oh, man, she was tapping for a minute.
yeah, look, based on the angle, it's possible, but I don't see any, crazy bones sticking out or it flopping around or whatnot. So it's probably just nasty hyperextension. Looked like it was at an off angle, so that definitely doesn't feel good on the inside of the elbow. So, but
And I found
You
your
know.
boots that'll
Yeah.
What?
not too
found
bad.
Steven's boots that'll suffice for me to go find them in if need be.
Did your food not show up?
The car is on Arthur, so I'll get a call soon, I'm guessing.
Hopefully. What if they don't? What if they're out there just snacking on your wings?
That'd be rude.
I have 24 wings coming. It's not hard to fucking count.
But
So someone's getting fucking slapped.
I've got a hard feeling you're going to have 19.
I'll go fill Uber Eats full of fucking uppercuts real quick.
Real quick.
So aggressive.
It is. We just went from
Gregory
zero.
has 100% on Uber Eats, so I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah, because he has 100% completed meals.
Yeah, other people's meals?
Yeah.
That's
I
bullshit.
guarantee they're skimming fries off the top for sure. You got to.
Skim fries off the top?
I'm
Oh, if
pretty
you...
sure people have admitted that.
Taking one or
Like,
two
yeah,
for sure.
definitely, they've
Nobody's going to know
admitted
what one or two.
Yeah.
Dude, I would steal like McDoubles. And be like, I don't know, they just didn't give it to you, dog.
that. That's terrible.
So you order like 10 McDoubles for a bunch of people?
Who does it?
Me. Good people do that.
And then you would want
Who orders 10 McDoubles?
nothing.
If you have people
Matt,
over.
Paul, and John.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is.
plenty of people. I would order 10 McDoubles. One time, I went and got $7 sandwiches off the dollar menu at McDonald's back when McDonald's was clutch, and they had like 18 different things on the dollar menu, and I finished all of them, and it was great. And then we went to a party.
You just said dollars so many times.
That is called being a dollar menu millionaire.
A dollar menu.
Isn't that how they advertise that?
I don't know, but that for sure was how
This is going to be
John
a little
lived
bumpy here.
for sure. I've witnessed a 30 order on the dollar menu.
30 spot.
Yeah. The one time there was like, I think they racked up like $73 of stuff on the dollar menu between two people.
How much did we get on? Oh, you left after Matt's fight, but I
Yeah.
don't know. We got a bunch. We went to the casino after Matt's fight, and me, Dow, Matt. I don't remember who else. I think Louise and somebody else was there, but they destroyed Taco Bell's drive-thru.
That's a strong set of eaters right there.
I didn't have. I
Yeah.
had a taco. I was tired. I was ready for bed.
Speaking of fights, Brittany Elkin's fighting tonight.
Oh yeah, we should follow our
Yeah.
Facebook fan page, and they'll stream it there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Too bad this isn't live. We could point people that way. I was wondering how we were going to figure out if she wins or not, other than somebody posting later on.
This dude just sitting up there. He's gotta be ready.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt will drop something.
So I'm excited for Matt. He's got a fight to win coming up soon too.
That he does.
He's fighting a guy at like 225 pounds. That's the alarm system.
No, 225 pounds with some air quotes. That looks like a large gentleman.
That's what I was thinking when they posted the picture side by side. I was like, that dude is like 260.
That dude is certainly a heavyweight. But, I mean, Matt's not necessarily small by any means, but,
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Dude, how about these
We'll be all
mics? It is picking up things on the other side of this building of Dean slamming doors.
It's fantastic.
I'm impressed. So
Jedi.
next up,
He was outside when I went out there.
oh wow. Next up we have
Just help them.
T-
Something like that.
Joseph Benavidez versus Dustin Ortiz. Oh my goodness, no, we cannot have that. You're gonna have to go open that in the kitchen. No, that doesn't even help. These mics are all picking it up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're gonna have to open that in the kitchen. There's some plates in there.
Kitchen, okay, yay.
Jeez. All right, now that we have some order back in this court. But oh man, look, the TV's freezing too. Good thing I brought the remote over here. Come on, don't do this to us. But yeah, that dude definitely looked like a heavyweight that Matt's about to go against, but I still don't think that's going to change the outcome of that.
You know, I think that actually doesn't help that gentleman. Being larger than Matt moves really, really well, so I don't think that's necessary. Like, the extra weight isn't going to affect, even if it's 20 pounds, isn't going to have much effect on Matt. So, I mean, considering John generally is somewhere around 300 pounds, on average. So, even Matt being 70 pounds less than him when he's not cutting weight, it's, he's used to a lot of pressure and all that. So I don't think it'll be an issue.
Yeah. I'm very confident in Matt and his abilities, and especially, training with John, that definitely gives you like all the experience you need, I guess, for somebody who's that big, because that dude was huge.
Yeah, and, Matt has great Greco, so it's not like he's going to be trying to sky double some dude that potentially is 260 pounds. Not that Matt's not capable of that, but that's just not the play. The play would be trips and, overhook, underhooks, maybe a lateral, depending on the guy tried to bully him, and, is what it is. So I think he's going to do just fine.
Can you slam and fight to win?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
You can power bomb somebody, and it's encouraged in fight to win.
I hope Matt slams him.
It'd be good. I mean, a good strong takedown, but you can legitimately just slamming is allowed and encouraged in fight to win, which is why we love Seth, because,
Yeah. Seth's a wild guy.
Yeah, I like Seth. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Did you see the prelim fight between Corey Sandhagen, Matt's teammate, and
I did not.
Oh, dude, that dude is sick nasty. He was throwing up, like, first he hit the guy with the flying knee, and then when it got to the ground, it was like submission attempt after another, and like just flowing from one to another, and then finally just catches the guy and then taps him. I believe it was an armbar, if I remember correctly. I've seen so many sick fights tonight, but
They've got great jiu-jitsu out there. There's a lot of good jiu-jitsu out in the Denver area right now, so there's no reason that people aren't getting, really good training in.
yeah, and that was kind of my thought. I was thinking when I saw that, I was like, oh man. I was like, if Matt's out there training with those kind of guys, I was like, he's definitely going to submit this super heavyweight.
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, Dean just found a plate in this house that's not mine. Congratulations, Dean. You're on a roll tonight, buddy.
That's super impressive.
Nice. Look at him. Like, he's like, I ordered wings, and then next thing you know, he's bringing out like a...
So what we have here is a sweet teriyaki wing, a garlic parmesan wing, garlic buffalo wings, a Philly cheesesteak, and of course, you have to have a Diet Coke because you can't be a fat fuck.
Well, that's a Diet Pepsi, sir.
Diet Pepsi, whatever. Diet Pepsi because you have to be a 40-year-old aunt that... Yeah.
2 weeks ago, Dean told me he was on a diet for his fight.
I had literally a singular breakfast, like taco this morning.
Those are bad.
And he's drinking soda.
A singular breakfast taco.
Yep. It was homemade, dude. It was a little tortilla, eggs, and chorizo. Can't tell me that's bad for you.
Well, chorizo for sure is not bad for you, although it is definitely bad for you, but it's delicious. So
not if you have literally an ounce of it. You'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I don't know what's happening with this
These are
stream
the worst
right now.
fries anybody's ever tried to fry.
They ruined the fries? How dare they?
Just have one of those.
How dare they? No, I'm not going to.
No. Ugh.
Oh.
They
Ugh.
tried. They tried and they failed miserably.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
get a napkin there, please.
It is what it is.
Josh, do you do eating windows?
Do I do eating windows?
Yeah. Like I don't eat after, like I eat 10 hours a day. Like, so whenever the first time I eat, I don't eat 10 hours after that.
It really depends on my output for the day. Because as much as I'd like to do that, sometimes I just have to. If I had a crazy, ridiculous day, if I'm banging nails all day, and carrying lumber and all that fun stuff, and then I go to the gym and do heavy training and teaching all day, then it's a lot of times you need to put some extra calories in, even if it's outside of your window. But if I'm trying to cut weight, then I'll just suck it up and not do that. So, but yeah, I think it works for some people. I think more than anything else, when you tell yourself it's time to get this weight down, then your body just responds to it and goes, oh, okay, that's what we're doing now. So, and as long as you don't, eat Taco Bell ever, you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
That time eating, those time windows are still really up for debate too.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it's like, is it really helpful because of the fasting, or is it helpful because you only have 8 hours to eat, so you're only taking in less calories because you're only eating for 8 hours a day? Which I kind of use fasting for a thing like that, because I definitely don't fast like strictly like water 16 hours, and then like I have coffee, I'll have like kombucha at night and stuff. But my heavy calorie meals, somebody just got mollywopped.
No, they're showing the first fight when they fought the first time. It's Benavidez is walking to the cage right now. We'll try to sync everybody up if they want to watch it.
Should have already been. Fight should have been stopped.
Yeah. Well, it was the worst ref in the game in there. So
who was that?
Yves Levine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's rough.
Hey, can I be your conditioning coach when it comes down to it? Because I've always wanted to make people run and do stairs and just a bunch of different cardio stuff.
Can you be my conditioning? I mean,
yeah, I just want to make you run.
You can just be there and yell at me, because I'll set everything up myself. But I definitely could use somebody to just yell at me.
Oh, I can definitely do that.
I was thinking about something today while I was driving around, and
I'm gonna talk you got me in the mic.
And it was really what you had said on the last podcast about when we used to run during wrestling, it wasn't like really a thing, and then we started to hate it. And I really think I know why. It's because there were like 70 of us that were all running and suffering, and we're like, yeah, we're all just in this. And then when it's just you by yourself,
there's no one to make you do it.
Yeah.
God.
If you and I were like, hey, man, we're going to meet up on a Sunday morning and go run, we'll go run.
Especially if it's me and you, because if you don't show up or I don't show up, it's going to be like, hey, I'm fucking here right now.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are you?
But yeah, if I think, I think that's the hard part to potentially where some people struggle with motivation when you're just by yourself, to where you're like, oh, I guess I'm going to go run to wherever.
Yeah, the biggest, just proponent of that is Usain Bolt has a coach. Yeah. Fastest man on the planet is one of the most, Michael Phelps has a coach.
Yeah, Tiger Woods has a coach.
Yeah, these the greatest athletes of all time have people correcting their form. They're not better at them than what they do, but they can yell at them, and they're respected by the people that are yelling at them, and they know they're not fucking with them.
Right.
That's a big thing. Some people just yell to yell. You've had coaches like that.
I think a lot of it was, what I hated is all these coaches, that were all fat and overweight, making us run stairs or making us, run around town. And
that's why wrestling coaches are so great for the most part. It's because they fuck up their wrestlers.
Yeah, I'm talking about football coaches, baseball coaches, especially baseball coaches. Those are the worst.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I've had a couple of really good ones, but I've had a really bad one in my life that I really wanted to strangle him. He was lucky I didn't know jiu-jitsu at the time, or I would have strangled him.
If he's old and he's skillful, and he's 60 years old, and you're like, all right, but he's giving you good knowledge, and it's skill set based, not, let's say strength and conditioning, you're like, okay, I can respect this dude. He knows his stuff. But when you got some fat dude telling you what to eat and how to work out, and you're like, bro, don't even talk to me about that.
Every health coach ever in high school.
Yeah. So
let's see, this baseball coach, he got fired from a bigger school for punching an umpire before he came to the school I was at the time.
That's so aggressive.
Well, okay, that's loud. That's assault, brother.
Yeah, that's so aggressive. Let's calm the fuck down here.
Yeah, he didn't care. He disrespected everybody when he walked in on day one. It was a wild dude, and I hated him. Hated him from the minute go. But we'd do these morning practices in the gymnasium on 2-a-days. So before school, he'd make us all show up. And then we'd have to run basically all 4 corners of the gym. So up the bleachers, all the way across, down, all the way across the floor, up the next set, all the way over, back down. And there was 4 trash cans in each corner. And he made everybody run until at least 5 people threw up. and then practice could be over. And that's all he did was run.
Yeah, that's just him being
Yeah.
whatever.
It definitely helped you win a baseball game.
That's,
Fucking moron.
that's what he
Yeah.
thought.
Well, he could think all he wants, fat fuck. Get killed.
Looks like Benavidez is really.
Oh,
saying he's-
Benavidez landed that big over.
He's he landed a couple lead leg kicks and got him questioning. He already Ortiz already changed stance, so he's going back after that front leg, and now he's back again. I don't know what that was, but
I don't know either.
we missed it off camera. It looked like maybe he swung and missed, and then just
Tried to throw
tried to do
a
something.
Chris Weidman
Yeah.
heel kick up.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's going for that neck. Team Alpha Male.
I've seen this Ortiz dude fight a bunch, I feel like, on a lot of undercards within the last couple of years. And I feel like he's done well, but he's had lesser competition. He's just
Really?
out-pressured and outpaced dudes a lot.
He's already lost to Benavidez once.
Yeah, let's see if
That
he
was
steps
probably his
over.
last
Let's see if he
step
steps
up.
over that far leg to get behind him and then start running. The Askren, Khabib path.
Oh, he's
looks
got that
like,
neck.
Looks like he's going after the neck.
Oh, that's tight. He's turning it. Whenever a dude's just defending the hands.
Yeah, it's not quite there, but it's getting there.
Nope.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
got it. Yeah,
Going
me
for
legs
the
out of
crown.
it.
Hope he doesn't burn his arms out. Oh, stepped over the leg, get that far side one-on-one, and then, this is,
What about that
Bad
leg lace
spot.
in there?
yeah, it's like everything.
You gotta
It's
know how to
good,
use it.
but you got to know how to use it.
Because who was it earlier tonight that was using it? It was Roundtree, I believe, in that first fight of the night. He was using it really well.
It's pretty standard fare these days. It's,
DC uses it all the time.
yeah. It's just it's leg riding. It's just wrestling. We say that because, we're like, oh, that's just wrestling.
Oh, big front kick.
Oh.
Man, these guys are swinging right now.
Yeah.
I think these guys might have some genuine animosity.
You know how
Those
I
fights
judge.
are always fun.
You know how I judge how big people are in the cage because you can never really tell on TV. Like when the flyweights are fighting like they are right now, you can't really see the top of the cage.
Right, to
So-
see how small they are.
Yeah, so they still look pretty big. But then when you see the like the heavyweights and stuff, you can see like 2-3 foot over the top of it.
Oh, yeah, you never know how big the cage is until you actually see different people in it. Funny.
But you can also tell how big the
Ooh.
cage is based on the
That's
center.
that new age
of,
wrestling.
The center of how big the space is between the octagon logos and the cage. So
Oh,
this
good
looks like a
point.
decent sized cage.
Well, they have 2 different sizes, don't they?
I think they have more. Well, at least they used to have more than 2
I
different
feel like
sizes.
they definitely have more than 2 sizes.
Yeah, they've got a really big one, and then they've got a big one, and then I think they've got for like the smaller venues, they use a smaller cage. But it's hard to put heavyweights in that big cage because they take like 2 steps and then they're not going anywhere. Although it does force the action, so it's I guess it depends on how you look at it. It looks like he's got that far side one-on-one on the bottom. Well, he had it. He's got good hip control. There, he's reaching for that. He sniffs it out. It's good. Get up to his hips. Pushes off. He's doing a good job. Yeah, this is good scrap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Looking for that standing switch. He's reaching for it.
We should stop throwing those punches and just get to his feet and shit.
Yeah.
Stop throwing those elbows. Stop trying to hit these pitter-patter punches when the dude's
Yeah.
trying to keep you down.
Yep, there he is. He pummeled in.
There you go. Get out.
Yep.
Hit him then.
When you coach Matt and stuff and you're yelling things like cage side, they've talked a lot tonight about what coaches say in the corner. Like they have Trevor Whitman there listening into like what corners are giving their fighters advice.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Ooh, dropped him.
are you somebody who gives like short, simple, easy instructions, or how do you do it?
I try not to overcomplicate it in the middle of the fight because there's so much chaos going on. And it really depends. Like, if the goal of the fight is we're going to focus a lot on the ground, then I'll take the lead. If we're going to focus a lot on stand-up, then a lot of times I'll actually not take the lead. I'll have Robbie Cole, his former striking coach, or even in the last one we have Dow go in there. And, we both bark out orders. And, the big thing is what we're seeing, I'm looking for tendencies. I'm looking for what the other guy's doing and, try to give that information to Matt so that he starts seeing that just in case he didn't, that's a lot of it. If you can pick up quickly somebody's tendencies or what their tells are, it's good information to have because when Matt sees it, then he knows what to throw. And in Matt's last fight, we were looking for the far side. We were looking for like 100%, which is what we worked on in the dressing room. And we found ourselves in that spot, and then it worked excellent. He was his opponent was starting to drop his hands, so we told Matt to come over top with the left. Matt came over top of the left and found a home with it. You know, it was a tough dude, so he
Actually,
hung in there and ate everything.
I actually rewatched that fight
Yeah.
today about 4 hours ago. I was just rolling through my Facebook save videos, and that popped up. And I was like, oh, let's rewatch this. That dude took
all
some
the punches.
punishment. Matt had him against the cage 3 times and landed like uppercut, overhand right
Yeah.
to an elbow to the dude's temple. And the dude just kept on standing there. I don't know. Yeah, that dude, he was tough as shit.
Yeah.
We're talking about his Pinnacle fight, right?
Yeah, his last fight at Pinnacle up in Iowa.
Yeah, and this was a great one. He came right over top, ducked his head, made him look like he was going for a takedown, threw that overhand right on, and it landed well. So, but these guys are tough. So
Yeah. All right, we're about to start round 2 here with Joseph Benavidez and Dustin Ortiz.
both dudes still look fresh. So
I mean, the flyweights, that's like
Necessity.
unlimited cardio, isn't it?
It's not, but it's
No.
a necessity.
yeah,
I want to see you look this fresh, Dean, if you go into the second, especially the third.
Plan on it.
yeah.
That's how I used to beat people. I used to outpace them.
It's just
Just push them.
you know, and it's reps. These guys got a lot of reps doing this. You know.
I'm going to be there eating wings.
I forgot we're recording this, and I've been like trying to be discreet about eating, and I'm about to demolish a bunch of wings and like a Philly cheesesteak and shit. So fuck it.
Wings and a Philly cheesesteak.
That's what's over here. That's what's in the fries.
Jesus.
I hope your opponent like just watches this video and he's like, this dude's eating wings and french fries. Like, if I don't win,
And a Budweiser, the king of beers. Don't disrespect the king.
hey, no free ads.
If you're gonna put this shit on YouTube, you're gonna blur everything out.
Just, we're drinking water.
We need some duct tape.
Yeah, we're gonna need some duct. Shit's gonna slip, dog. I don't know what to tell you. It's life. 'Tis his
I
life.
strategically placed my water glass up here with the Head Kick Radio logo right at the camera. That may have happened by accident.
With the blue belt just wrapped around it.
Right.
Yeah.
That blue belt's been sitting there for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Last
Well-
time I came here, it was still sitting there.
Well, we'd never wear them. I don't know what else to do with it.
Yeah, I use it to stretch out my legs when I'm laying down. It actually works pretty well.
Yeah.
It works
Well-
way better than a towel.
I've got, resistance bands and all that stuff for that.
They'll stretch though. Like that doesn't stretch. You can just pull it real tight and then make your leg tight, straight.
My daughter this morning ran me through
Said
her.
Jesus isn't real. I ain't seen that motherfucker.
No, the that did. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. But the older one, who's a state qualifier for gymnastics, ran me through her stretching routine this morning. Oh my God!
We're going to go into practice next week. We got a stretching
Guys, 40 minutes long. Let's go.
No, it was mellow. I mean, in terms of duration, it was not very long. But
Just what you have to do.
yo, it did make sense why she can do what she can do. It was brutal.
Did you try
And
it?
she was talking trash the whole time. It was fantastic. She's like, "Why aren't you flexible this way?" She's like, "You could like put your feet above your head." What? Just talking mad trash.
Did you ground her?
Absolutely not.
These boys going at it.
Yeah, I was looking for a lift, but didn't really.
Didn't
Drop.
secure the hips
Yeah,
first. Tried to
no.
do it from his chest. That ain't gonna work.
No.
On the
Man.
other hand, the Lakers and Houston are in overtime. Let's go LA.
Who are they?
They got some basketball teams.
Oh, that's lovely.
You don't watch any other
Blue
sports
and gold
besides
till I die.
MMA, do you?
You
That-
barely watches MMA. You watch gymnastics, right?
I believe it or well, I watch when my kids compete in gymnastics. Or if we're
I bet you watch like fishing.
no, I definitely don't watch fishing. Curling's where
my
it's
brother-
at, bro.
My
You don't even
brother
know.
does.
You definitely can't elbow somebody in the spine, fuckhead.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Are you gonna take your mom's advice that she gave you on Facebook,
What was it? Oh, to stop.
saying like and the F-bomb?
I haven't said like this whole time, I don't think, but I can't. She taught me how to say fuck. I don't know what she wants. I can't help that one.
Say sorry, mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, but in terms of other sports,
Wait, that was that Henzo takedown they put on Instagram and then beat that fucking old dude with.
yeah,
Where you take you back and then you weave your leg through both legs and then just sit down.
Are you talking about that Benavidez one?
yeah,
Yeah, but
Oh, but he
then-
turned right
way
into
to
it.
Actually control him there, bud.
This is a pretty good grappling
This is
fight.
a really good fight.
yeah. I'm not mad at this at all. But yeah, in terms of other sports, I'll occasionally watch soccer. Occasionally,
Fucking Italian.
Can't help myself. It's like in my blood.
I mean, it's the best.
I don't even want to, and then I see it, and I'm like, oh.
It just comes out of you.
I watch combat sports.
Do you have a vuvuzela?
What?
A vuvuzela?
What?
That's that thing where
I
you,
can't even translate for you. I don't know, bro.
That's what the
Oh no.
The footballers
stupid
get,
horn.
and it's the big
Yeah,
old-
No. Yeah, no, I don't. I definitely don't.
You do that in your house with your
No,
scarf on?
No, I
With your scarf on and short shorts?
Look, that was a good
All right,
lift.
we'll be right back.
It's a good lift. Looks like somebody
Oh,
needs
he
to get
got
their
his-
reps on their
Oh.
bladder control.
That is around his teeth.
Yeah, that's on his jaw. I mean, he's
Keep
not
that-
really defending.
Wrong or at all? There he goes.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting there. He's got to get the arm on the other side of the head. That's one option.
He's only got one hook in, too. Start scooting your hips out.
Oh, he's probably
Try
trying
to
out
end
the
the
end of the
round,
round.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm definitely not blowing the horn, wearing the scarf, or anything like that. So, but
Don't lie.
I'm definitely not. I 100% do not have any team scarves.
Then who do you watch when you watch it?
Lazio.
You know of a team called Lazio, and you want me to believe
I don't have
that
a
you
scarf.
don't have a
I
fucking
I
scarf?
don't have the scarf. I do have a team though. It's like the family.
What
team.
is that? The fucking lower Italian Premier League?
No, it's
We have
Serie-
like 17 teams, and they're
no,
all
it's- no,
17-year-old girls?
No, it's Serie A. It's the premier.
Serie A.
Yeah, series. It's like
Serie A?
Serie
It's
A.
where it's
Yeah.
17 degrees the whole time, and they don't play soccer, so that's where your team's good at?
No, it's where all the major teams are.
No, that's not, no. See, that's not true because I know of some major.
We're not
football
talking
teams.
about the English Premier League. That's something different. I'm
Well,
talking
what about La
it's the
Liga?
it's,
That's not La Liga either.
it's the Premier League in Italy. So,
Italy's literally the size of Florida.
but yeah. But
That's not Premier.
I mean, it could be Premier. I don't know. I follow soccer very little, just enough to keep up with Team USA
so
I don't know anything about soccer.
and
but
Chelsea.
alright.
I watch Chelsea.
yeah. So like Juventus, AC Milan, Lazio, those are all
Well, in Barcelona, I follow Barcelona because
So-
Messi.
these are all like these are like the teams.
I think everybody just tuned out with you guys talking soccer, and I'm gonna have to bring order back to this court. Hey, what do you think of the dojo? This is the first time you've been here.
the dojo.
This is the dojo.
That's what this is
glorious.
called.
Yeah, I mean, what else you can call it? I
Dojo.
live alone, and this is my man
Call
cave.
it the fuck pad.
Wow, that's so aggressive.
Well,
No, I think you should.
I never
Aren't
thought
you
I
looking
should.
for a lady friend.
I mean, yeah, but what kind of ladies am I going to attract if I call it that?
Ones that are trying to fucking have a good time there, bud.
But he can't take them home to mom.
That's probably true. Well, you could.
Yeah. Mom don't gotta know.
But-
What Mama don't know won't hurt her.
I was wildly aggressive, my friend.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I might be, but I mean, I don't want to, can't bring me home to mom. That's the point. I'm getting old. My uncle told me tonight that I need to have a kid because it will motivate you like Donald Cerrone.
That is not true.
That's how Donald Cerrone got motivated.
I know.
It
not
doesn't
how you got
work out
motivated.
that way.
Well, I didn't think it did.
No.
But
One on choke? Nope.
I would probably be like the opposite of Donald Cerrone. I have a kid. I would probably go the other way.
I'm real sick of this dude.
That was definitely to the back of the head, my friend.
I'm
but
so
the
sick
ref
of
was
this
there.
dude throwing strikes to the fucking when he's on bottom. Get up.
This is what happens. These little dudes just kill each other, and it's amazing to watch.
Some great wrestling, though, in this fight.
If they weren't so skillful, you could use the term two pigeons fighting over a piece of popcorn, but these guys are too goddamn good to say that.
What is that Henzo takedown again?
No, that was just a,
Into the
That's the
body
same thing.
like a
triangle.
rolling back take.
No,
From an
they were
underhook.
standing up. What are you talking about?
I think one dude
They
was
was
on
already
his knees.
standing up.
No, these guys are so small. I can't tell how.
He was
See, this-
when
this
they're
reminds-
standing up.
This reminds me of a position you and I were in recently on Wednesday night when you took my back and other positions and you kept doing this like little crab bite. I'll do it for the camera here.
A crab bite.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what to call it, but you're just like
Oh.
going after my throat, and it was so annoying.
I was
Just fucking with you.
I was legitimately choking you with one hand.
I know.
Because it's funny.
Well, I was
I was
helpless.
I was
I was helpless. That
aggressively-
sounded like you were helpless.
Yeah,
I was helpless.
I did. I started like panic penduluming and just like swinging any way I could.
yeah, it was funny. We were just having fun.
It was. It was a
I'm
good
sure
time.
you were having fun.
I was having a good old time. He was freaking the fuck out. It was fantastic for
I
me.
was. I think I even gave like a battle cry in there. I was like, ah.
Just the look of
They might
the
take our
look
lives.
you were looking up at me like, why are you doing this to me?
I did. I was so helpless.
You may take our lives.
But you'll never take our freedom.
And yet,
Taking pictures of me.
Oh, we're getting our pictures taken
She's over there taking 18 in a row.
for the gram.
Mm-hmm.
This is good control right here, although
Not no
excellent
more.
escape.
That a boy.
That was
excellent
great.
escape.
Great timing, Josh.
And he's gonna take him for a ride. Hopefully, I want to see that.
No, he's gonna do
No,
the same
no,
thing. He's
no.
gonna do the hands up thing
Take
again.
him for a
There
ride.
you go. There you go.
Oh, you know, there's a lot of wrestling when they're showing ride time from both guys in this fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, speaking of that,
What's
do
up?
you follow college wrestling?
Yeah, I've been following some college wrestling. Yeah. Take his back.
What do you think about Penn State just always killing the game?
They're really, really good.
Penn State's good. I mean, you have to, you got to understand.
They're not
like,
really always killing the game, though.
Yeah, they're not.
They have
yeah,
been recently.
Yeah, there's it swings. You know, it goes.
I've been following it for 10 years, and it's either Oklahoma State or Penn State.
There's
That
been
is not
Iowa and
true.
Mizzou just won like 2 years ago
Yeah,
their
that
first
is-
national title.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I took a couple years off there.
Okay.
They're the big four are always at least
It was the same as football.
recently,
I
it's
mean, the same as
you
football.
know, you're looking at Iowa, you're looking at
That was a failed
Nebraska,
duck.
You're looking at Penn State. You know.
Yeah, because growing up in Oklahoma, like wrestling is king there. So
Oh yeah.
everybody
Yeah, and
everybody was
football, yeah.
going. Yeah, we're always watching Oklahoma State wrestling or OU football or
Yeah.
even OU wrestling's
That's
not
because
bad.
there's nothing else
Jesus
to
Christ.
do. But,
This is the
but
most grappling heavy MMA
Yeah.
match I've watched in a long time.
Man, there is definitely
There's a lot of stuff there.
a quasi truck transition right there.
I just think
it's
they're both
pretty
too
back and
scrambly
forth
right now.
grappling.
They're
That's why
just-
it's so good.
Yeah.
They're both in scramble mode right now.
Yeah.
I have my back taken, but headlock punch him in the face.
Let's,
Fuck it.
Let's go with that backyard headlock and land a couple. And
Dude, that's fifth grade playground stuff right there. I'm impressed.
There's 15 seconds left in the third round. Whoever's landing the last punches wins right now in this fight.
but
Look, he's gonna get stone cold stunnered.
a lot of that's just reaction. You a lot of times it's just to get the dude to think about something else for that moment, and then you escape or whatnot. So
What a fucking
It was
fight.
a great fight.
I think Benavidez won that, and I watched probably 8 minutes of it.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call, but I'm gonna say we're gonna have to go with.
I'd say Benavidez.
You're gonna have to go with Benavidez.
Just looking back on it, I just remember him doing more shit.
Yeah, he seemed
the
like he was
fight.
in control for longer. I don't know if he landed the
I don't think
the
any
better
them
of the
landed.
strikes, but it's hard to tell.
I only saw like 4 punches that actually mattered.
Yeah,
There's a lot of.
So I give Dean a tangent, 60-second tangent, but this next conversation piece I'm about to bring up is going to draw that a little longer than 60 seconds. How corrupt is boxing judging? Here we
These
go.
Fucking momos. Well, how corrupt is it? Well, I mean, what do you really want to know about him? I mean, we just saw about a month ago, whenever Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fought, that apparently all you gotta do is fucking punch a guy 4 times and you win a fucking fight. That's all you gotta do to win a fucking fight now? Is hit a guy 4 times? Tyson got the fuck up. Tyson got up. It went to a decision. How do you not give him? It was points. That fight went to points. It wasn't. This isn't backyard. This isn't Pride rules. The fight didn't go an extra fucking 5 rounds. And even if he did, Deontay was getting his ass whooped by the end of that round anyway. Yeah, he landed 2 shots in the. And we can go back to Canelo and Triple G.
What about Charlo? Charlo got
I
robbed.
didn't watch Charlo, unfortunately, but I heard about it. But we can go to Canelo and Triple G twice. What the fuck do you want, Adelaide Bird? You decrepit old hag. Like, 10-2 fucking Canelo? Are you shitting me right now? And for everybody talking about how Canelo was such a great defensive boxer the first time, okay, that's cool. What about the second fucking fight where Triple G stood in the middle of the ring and jabbed his fucking face off for fucking 12 rounds and almost finished him in the 9th? What about then? What about then? Do jabs not count in boxing anymore? Do jabs not count anymore?
Okay, well, now that you've woken up all my neighbors and the people down the street, how are you going to feel if you let a fight go to the judges, Dean?
I mean, the way she goes, don't let it happen. Yeah, I mean, you gotta look and see who's judging. You gotta see if anybody has any sort of sense about them. But I mean, most of the time you want to finish people. That's the goal, or just dominate so bad that. Ooh.
Hey, we were right. Benavidez got the win.
Yeah, thankfully, or just dominate so bad that it doesn't matter.
But even then, you've seen like split decisions because somebody's just such a dumbass that they think if whoever boxes better in an MMA match they win because they land a couple more jabs or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the advantage that you have is there's generally a rules meeting, and you can sit down and you can kind of get a gauge with what, the kind of the commission is looking for, So, I mean, there's some pretty basic things, if you're dominating on the ground and you're controlling where it's at, if you're getting the better of the exchanges, it makes it really, really hard to, to deny that. But,
Do you think there's a
seen it
fighter?
happen.
Do you think there's a fighter in the UFC that judges would be corrupt for, like Conor McGregor is my guess?
No.
No, UFC doesn't have as many just egregious decisions. I don't think as much as boxing does.
I think the more than the fighter, control, it would be more than it would be more outside forces.
Yeah,
That is aggressive. Who is that? These gentlemen are just digging in each other's noses right behind poor Max Holloway. Almost as good as when Ari and Duncan made out on camera.
Jesus Christ. But the reason that it doesn't happen as much and it's so egregious in boxing is boxing on these super fights, it's two different promotions agreeing for money.
Right.
So, like, it's not two fighters in the UFC fighting each other. Whoever wins is best. It's this promotion is going to get more money if I win. This promotion is going to get more money. And the promotions also get a fuck ton of money if it goes to a draw and there has to be a rematch, which they just ordered.
Yes.
Did you not hear that? They just ordered a rematch.
As they should.
Who do you got?
Or
Who do you
as
got in
they-
the rematch?
Tyson Fury's going to box his face up. Did Deontay Wilder just all of a sudden learn to box? No. It's going to be the same exact thing, and Tyson's probably not going to get caught this time. Deontay might get finished.
It's very possible.
I know.
But anything's possible.
Oh, yeah. Fighting Deontay is anything's possible. That dude hits you. Like,
But I'm
how
just
many times can he Undertaker?
I'm just pumped that those dudes are gonna get paid.
Oh,
Paid
yeah.
him well, do you see how much Eddie Hearns is coming out of the woodwork? Like, yo, we'll pay you a bunch, Deontay, now. It's like, we'll do 60-40 split. We'll do a 60-40 split.
How about Tyson Fury giving his whole $10 million to charity to help homeless people in the UK?
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
If
it's
he-
awesome.
you
What am
know,
I supposed to say? Fuck him for that?
No, I hope not.
Of course. No, he's a gypsy. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
He probably lives off the land and just
No,
has a juggalo party every night. And
I think those guys are well off enough that they can,
I believe that was his
give
like
away.
25th professional fight. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's all
Yeah,
right.
he's doing all right.
He's been doing blow and drinking beer for the last 4 years. So I'm pretty sure he would have ran out of money by now if he didn't have any.
That being said, when you're getting paid double or triple on the rematch, and you're like, well, I gave my whole purse last time, so I'm just gonna keep this one for myself,
Even if he gives half, he
Yeah.
still doubled what he made on the last
Yeah,
one.
So
I mean, I can't blame the guy.
Rematch is going to be
He's okay. So this Josh
insane.
Gillespie is who I was trying to tell you about the
He's
other night. I
insane.
totally blanked on his name.
okay.
This guy can wrestle
We were just talking about him.
with the best of them. And then we lost Dean again.
Oh shit! I got a full beer
well,
over there
it
somehow.
doesn't look
Nice.
like it looks like he's been doing a lot of striking in this promo video.
Oh no, that's Yancey. Are you talking about Gillespie was doing some striking? Well, I know we can't see anything right now with Dean blocking your view, but Yancey's just a gunslinger. So
Oh yeah.
I just don't think that fares very well with a guy who can control the pace of the fight, who can bring you down and then just put it to you.
Well, that's always the the scenario. Is he going to be able to control it and keep himself safe with the wrestling, or is he going to get clipped on the chin?
But speaking
It's
of
the game.
fishing earlier, have you checked out his Instagram page? It's funny because it says
No.
best fisherman in the UFC
That's
because he's
pretty awesome.
all the
Good
time
for
like
him.
doing exotic fishing
Who,
trips.
Gregor or Yancey?
Gregor, dude, he's always doing fishing trips. But I mean, I guess if you're a Long Island boy, or I think's what he is. I mean, he's just right there by the Atlantic.
Oh, he's
so
from Makaha.
This is at 155.
I think so.
yeah, this is
55
155.
or 45. Yeah.
No, this is 55.
55.
Because Yancey's been fighting at 170.
He's an
recently.
island boy.
So I think he's going to do a lot better this fight, and we're going to see a lot different Yancey Maderos here.
These island boys come out the womb fighting. Like, that's just the culture out there. All of my cousins.
I know, but
dude, that's all they do is go surfing,
I d-
party, have fun.
this
fight.
Gregor though is just nasty though.
He is really nasty, but did you see his last fight? Didn't look so nasty.
What do you mean? He put like a almost a 15-minute beat down on a guy before he finally finished him. Like there
Took
was
him 15 minutes, and that dude was not on the same level at all.
Well, it doesn't mean a guy can't have his night, and his night was just getting beat up for 12 minutes.
I mean, I
It's quite
guess,
a night.
but
Seems like he's in good
Just-
spirits. This is good. He doesn't look too nervous.
Yancey's gonna look really, really
It's
good.
it's the
tonight.
equivalent of like when Josh and I roll. It's like if I can last 1 minute without getting tapped, that's like lasting 12 minutes in a 15-minute fight.
Well, that's the thing. Josh can tap you every minute on the minute if he wants to.
That is-
Gregor can't.
These are all lies. These things do not happen.
No, it doesn't. You don't tap people.
Have you seen those memes where
I'm over tapping people.
You're over it. You're just getting into flat Earth now, bro.
No,
No.
definitely not.
he's like, I didn't tap. Hey, I didn't make you tap. You quit.
Okay, guy.
Have you seen those memes? It's like, I did good tonight. Coach only tapped me 7 times.
Dude, he tapped me once on Thursday, and I felt great about it. What do you fuck you mean? That's a real thing.
I'm sending you that meme. You can just make that your wallpaper.
You guys are being so mean to yourselves.
What
guys
are you talking
fantastic. You guys do great. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know I am, but there's a reason you're my coach there, bud.
Hey, listen.
You're the one that has a school, not me.
Yeah.
You want to give
you
it to
can't
me?
prove that.
Yeah, we can, man. There's tax trails. Like there's a.
He's like, is the government watching
It
this?
says 10th Planet Chicago, ran by and owned by Josh Passini.
Damn.
Like, I think there's a lot of hints on this one.
Just misspell
There's
your
a
name
lot
by
of
one
hints.
letter and be like, that's not me.
Oh, they do that all the time. There's a sign in Italy where it's missing the S, and they're like, "Is this you?" I'm like, "No, it's not me."
It's close enough. It's yours now.
Like it sounds the same. We're like, yeah, no shit, but that's making me.
That's,
11 to 15
that's like the
free
Brazilian version of, of our R's to our H's.
There's Brazilian Passinis too. Telling you.
Black belts?
I really need this dude to have a
You know,
better
I don't know
haircut.
if any of them are black belts. So I'd have to spend more time cruising the Insta Slam to know that.
Have a better haircut, please.
What's wrong with his haircut?
It's not a thing. All he did was shave part of his head.
Bro, you're talking to 2 guys who don't have hair. Like, any hair is good hair.
I mean,
That's
he
not
definitely-
true, dude.
He definitely has better hair than I have, but this is the style. This is what the kids are doing these days, Dino.
Hey,
They're wrong.
He's in between your age and
not-
my age.
They're wrong.
I'm not saying that they're right or wrong, but you got to do the coif over. You know, it's
No, you don't.
Matt's
You see-
got that same haircut right now.
It's wrong.
I-
I don't
hey.
care.
Hey,
It's wrong.
Dude, you killed the internet the other day with your Matt post. It was good.
Well, who says that? Who says my favorite thing about catch wrestling is, what is he, throwing people on the ground?
oh, combat wrestling.
Yes.
Combat wrestling.
Yeah, not catch. Sorry, combat wrestling
yeah.
is throwing people on the ground. Okay, thanks, dude.
You were like,
Thanks.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Yes, in an interview, it was on TV. And
he paused it, took a picture of it, and then he put in the bottom, he did like a caption format. He's like, my name is Matt Paul.
I didn't know
Me
that
big
that
muscle.
was. Yeah, no, that was funny. I didn't realize that was. I thought somebody like took that picture and then just super kind of turned it into a meme.
I'm pretty positive that was like
Wow.
what he said during a promo. And are you surprised?
That man is like Frankenstein.
Both these guys are in
I know,
between your
right?
age and my age. They're not kids.
Hey, listen, that is a strong man bun right there. But to each
Man
his
bun was
I couldn't
Ugh.
do the man bun if I had hair.
Man bun was good when people did it right.
I'm not gonna lie, I had shoulder length hair at one point in my life, but that was a long time ago.
Do you have pictures of this? Because I think we should put those up in the gym.
See, back when they had pictures, back when they were actual pictures.
So it's like a Polaroid.
Polaroids.
I think there's probably a Polaroid somewhere floating around, but I don't know if any of that shit's actually still alive. But yeah, you had to have an actual camera, and that generation of people, our rule number 1 was no evidence. So no one was really taking pictures because nobody really wanted to get caught.
Do you remember taking those like the cameras that you could, you had to spin the dial
yeah.
on, and then you could do the one click or whatever, and you had like 20 pictures.
disposable cameras. dog.
Disposable. There you go.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the name. That was like the real selfie. You remember that? Like,
Oh yeah,
You
it
go
was all
try-
messed
Sure.
up. You're like just hoping you got everything in. Yeah,
and then when you finally get them printed out, 2 months later,
it's like you see one dude's eye, you're like, oh man, I screwed this one.
All fucked up.
Yeah, they still make those, by the way.
hey, no, actually, I
Polaroids? Oh yeah, those are party cameras.
was about to say the party cameras. They put them on
Well,
the
no,
tables.
The disposable ones, that's still a thing.
Oh, you're talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
the ones that put out the film right then?
No, I'm talking about the actual ones that you're
No,
talking
dude,
about.
a disposable camera. The one where you go.
Disposable
Well, that's what I said, and then they said no.
Click.
Still a thing.
I know people do that at weddings. They put them on like one on each table, and they tell
Yeah.
people to take pictures, and then they go have them all.
That should never end well.
Yeah, someone's gonna get a cooter shot in there.
Yeah, for sure. Someone's gonna take that to the bathroom and give him a little present for the honeymoon.
All right, so the fight has started.
And then that's
Oh,
illegal
Gregor's
for
got a
them.
single. He's got a single, puts him down. Oh, got back up.
This guy's really good wrestling, and he's
Yeah.
relentless.
Hey, Josh, I'm going to talk about something at practice next time we get in there and we wrestle, because I got told when you pinch their leg off a single that's not real.
When you pinch their leg off of a single, that's not real.
Yeah, he said like you're already off balance. You're both off balance. You're not you're not throwing a good wrestler down that way.
Who said that?
Yeah.
I don't want to give names. I'll give names later
Then why say it right now?
because I just wanted his take on it.
So, like, if I had a single and, like, I had my hands around it and I had my knees pinched, like,
Yeah.
the knee pinch isn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
But what if I want to go from the knee pinch to an underhook and punch you in the face all of a sudden? Then it does a lot because now you got one foot on the ground.
I'm just
Yeah,
talking
and
about
what-
for a takedown.
and
What realm are they talking about? Are they talking MMA or are we talking sport?
No, for just a takedown.
Well, in takedown, I can go to a body lock real quick and take you down. That's just not. I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
But see, you talked about having transition.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's what we're doing, aren't we? I'm trying to take you down. And if you're gonna say that a knee pinch on my single,
the knee pinch is to control the leg so that you can transition into another control piece.
yeah.
So you knee pinch the leg, or they're gonna just run. They're
Or
gonna
are we just
limp
gonna
leg
sit?
out.
We're just gonna sit here all day. Am
Yeah.
I just gonna grab your leg and sit here?
Yeah.
No,
We're not hanging out there. It's just a temporary control piece to then get to a better control piece to hopefully put them on their ass. So, yeah, I'd have to see the exact context that they were speaking of to say, oh yeah, that's not valid. But
I'll show you when
That-
next time we're in the gym.
you know, I don't.
I don't agree with that statement
yeah,
at all.
You know, says every wrestling coach for the past 60 years would probably have something to say to that.
He just flew around his back there. That
Yeah,
was
he's
nasty.
got
He's got the bylaw.
he's
He
definitely he's definitely playing
nice.
smart.
Yancey.
It's a good little tilt.
Yeah, nice.
Uh,
Yancey.
That's Gregor not going with that roll. That
Yeah.
looked like that was painful.
You know, staying behind the arms makes that, you know,
Can't
much
wrestle
better
this dude.
control
Get out. You
position.
got to get out of here, man. You can't
Yeah.
wrestle with this dude.
yeah. I mean, this is, you know, this is sixth grade wrestling at its finest, you know,
Ooh,
but
that was
this
a
is good.
nice. That was a nice.
We've seen a lot of good wrestling
There's
this
been a
past
lot
two
of
fights.
nice grappling. I mean,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
Van Zandt and Ostovich was a really good grappling match too.
Yeah. I was looking for I was hoping he was going to go for a body lock and a lift from there, but he went back on the legs, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I think Yancey had his left arm the whole time, so he couldn't go for the body lock.
Yeah.
He's had that. Yancey's so
looking-
long, he can't even
Yeah.
palm out for it.
You know, wrestling is my favorite class I never show up for.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, that's literally what everybody says. They're like, oh, I love this. We should do this more. I'm like, yeah, we do it 3 days a week.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
Like
you
I
never show up.
never show up for it. Because a lot of times it starts at 5 o'clock. I get off work at 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But in saying that,
But
like
on
it's
Saturdays at 11, that's no problem. You
Yeah.
just, you know.
I mean, yeah, you're right. But when
He
I
is hitting that Granby off that
Yeah.
body lock real well.
Yeah. Oh, hooks are in. He's staying behind the arms. This
Hooks
is
aren't in.
good.
He's only got one.
what I
hook
mean
in.
though is
He's
like
gonna
when you're
body
going
out.
through it, you hate it, but then after you're done, it's like that David Goggins mentality. Like you're glad you put yourself through that hell.
Well, our wrestling practices are not even hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And
I
most of the
agree.
time, you know, it really depends on who shows up. But most of the time, we're just going through technique. Because when I see people do the required takedowns after advanced class warm up, and it hurts mine and Dean's feelings.
Especially when they're like, "I'm gonna hit you with this," and I'm like, "Okay,
you're
you
like,
can
"No,
call
you're
it that. You can call it that."
Do you know how many BS takedowns I've hit on people?
Yeah.
All
This
of
is
them.
good, solid
All of
control.
them.
This is good.
Because my takedowns are trash.
Yeah, get on top. Active hips. Good. It's quite the scramble.
It is. Oh, back down.
Wiry. Oh,
He is ragging them though, but yeah,
Yeah.
like,
That looks
Yancey's
like when you
used
get
to fighting
tackled by
at
a police officer and you just hit the
170.
car.
and he's tough as hell, man. This dude
Yeah.
is not afraid to go to war, so
yeah.
this is gonna be a really good fight.
Yeah.
It might be a lot of this though, of just Gregor getting dominant position after
He's
scrambles.
staying really safe with his, his head and his body position. This is the way to do it. He's keeping himself safe. He's landing points. He's controlling. He's not by any means killing him right there,
Just
but
grabbing the
you know,
fence.
yeah, well, so it's chaos in the cage. Sometimes you have momentary lapse of concentration, and
And if they're not gonna call it, fuck it.
yeah.
Hey, my dad says if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Oh, we lost internet connection
no,
for a
it's
second.
back. We're good.
Gucci.
See, that was people's biggest complaints about these fights going to ESPN, because a lot of people stream ESPN like we are right now, and that it always does that even when you're watching live games. People were so upset, especially if you have bad internet, of not getting good quality. It's like I have two friends here that were telling me, they're like, dude, my internet at home is trash. That's why I like coming to work, is because I have better internet here.
Well, I mean, they could probably change that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't question them. Oh, we lost the internet again. But like,
I don't think we're
know
losing internet. I think it's just you have to understand when
It's
you're
going to outer fucking space and back.
yeah when you're processing all this stuff through I mean, there's so much information that's going live. I mean, people, sometimes we just
It's the
need to
first
shut the
time it
fuck up
happens.
and
Yeah, can we relax?
stop, yeah, like
Your phone's not a piece of shit.
yeah.
Like, the Wi-Fi is going to come back. The power's going to come back on. You don't got to go get milk for 17 days.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Have you seen that commercial where that robot is like, do people like watching that spinning thing?
Oh, right.
And then they're all like, no. And then like they finally get signal again. He's like, oh, there's the guy that dies in the end.
Oh, fuck.
It's kind of a clever commercial. I saw
That's a
it
good
during
one.
the football games.
The fact that we're sitting, potentially here bitching about this thing like buffering or whatever the fuck it's doing just shows how weak
incredible
we
it
are. Yeah, like fucking I didn't have to like go into the frozen tundra and go get meat today or else my family's going to die.
I
Like,
just want to say, if you've ever bitched about your plane taking too long to take off, fuck you.
go fucking
You're
walk to where you're
flying.
going.
You are flying. You're doing what Aladdin did magically in 1996, dude. Do you not realize that? Like, you are flying through the sky in a 17-ton craft. Walk there if you got a better issue. What? Yeah, there. Fuck off.
All right, Dean's second 60-second rant is over. No, I mean,
Another
I
solid
think
takedown by Gillespie. This
I think
dude's a
when-
bruiser. I love it.
He's
I
a
told
grinder.
you would enjoy this guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was like an
And I'm
All-American
jealous,
at Ohio State.
thoroughly jealous of his hair for sure, 100%. So it's really, really,
I'm glad we're on the same
I'm
bandwagon.
not jealous of his tattoos though. So
What's wrong with his tattoos?
there's nothing wrong with his tattoos, but you just need,
Yancey is staying alive with that firearm control.
God,
I hope he
this is
swings.
great.
I hope he swings through Chicago
grabbing
and
the
stops
wrist?
by the gym. I'd like to go fishing with the guy.
I mean, I'm not going to turn down a day of fishing.
I like some fishing. I haven't been enough in the past couple years.
Oh, he's
Nor
got the
have
back.
I.
I'm gonna make it a. See, man, don't fucking lie to me. I knew you would watch fishing.
I don't watch
Don't
fishing.
fucking
That's like
lie to
watching
me.
golf. You know what?
I
Like,
would watch fishing and golf.
We've talked about this. We'll go play golf, but you and I ain't going to sit around and watch golf.
I'll
You know what I'm
watch
saying?
golf and fishing, man.
You got way too much fucking time on your hands, homie.
Are you doing cardio while you're doing it? Like some
You
push-ups?
can do stuff while you do stuff.
Yeah, calisthenics.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have TV, and I don't even turn the TV
I don't
on.
have TV either. I don't have cable.
Yeah.
Josh is the only person I look at in the gym. I'm like, what does that dude do when he's not here? And
He's got kids. What do you mean?
I know he's talking about.
That limo on the news is that Navigator limo went for a swim.
Yep, that ain't.
No, but you guys
That ain't
you're
right,
talking
Jack.
about you're talking about the frozen tundra. You guys drove through the frozen tundra to get here tonight to watch.
Wasn't
these
even
things.
bad. These fucking assholes act like if it starts flurrying when
Listen.
it's 30 degrees out, that all of a sudden it's frozen and there's ice everywhere.
I have
This would
4-wheel
shut
drive. so it's
Oklahoma
not
down.
It's not a problem. I got 4-wheel drive. No, the people.
It is bad at some places, but
Yeah.
if you're on the highway where
it's
literally
fine.
17,000 cars an hour are traveling,
Yeah.
and the concrete is 40 degrees, go the speed limit.
Everyone was doing 75 on my way in, and
Everybody was
everything
doing
got screwed.
17 on
Oh,
my
we may
way
we
in.
may see another arm
No,
triangle.
no, not on the highway. Really?
It
Damn.
was a rough go about it, dog.
Oh, that's
What,
horrible.
what sound was that?
Look at he's digging out that head and arm. He's doing
Did you
it
see?
right.
Did you see? Oh no, you
Oh,
didn't. You're
look
driving.
at this.
There it is.
There it is. He's got him in the
He
chopping
doesn't
block.
have it yet, no. He
Glo-
just got it.
He's got him in the
Glover-
chopping block.
Oh,
Glover
he
hit
doesn't
an
have
arm triangle tonight
He doesn't have
on
the
Robertson.
arm triangle.
Yeah. Does he have Hickson control or the gift? No,
No, he doesn't
No.
have anything.
But his nickname is the gift.
Nice. This is.
He would
There's
have
an
that
arm
hair.
triangle right there.
It's an arm bar.
Well, he just hammer fisted him in the side of the head there. That
There's
was cute.
Hickson control
There's
right
the
there.
old punch face.
There's
That's always a
right
good.
there. Look, he's reaching. He's reaching for it. No, he's going for a rear naked choke.
Yeah, he's going for a choke.
Oh, he's like, I'm just gonna pound his face in, which I'm not mad at all.
It's always the go-to.
You grab Hickson control and still hit somebody in the face.
I'm a huge fan of Hickson control, which is just what we call
Every
the gift
round,
wrap.
can we stop
So-
letting these dudes hit each other in the back of the head? That's
Yeah,
gone
this
on
is-
all night.
Yeah,
It's
this
gone on
is
all night. Get better refs.
Hey,
Yeah, he's
when-
got it now. He's got the gift wrap in. You know, he should push down on that tricep, and he could have held that a bit more.
When is MMA going to go to like referees that are old fighters and boxing the same way? Like, why is that not a thing?
I mean, there's I mean,
Once
Herb
those,
Dean would call it. Big John's
Yeah.
a great ref.
But that's what I mean.
they're
Why
just
are there
letting
not
these
everybody?
fucks in there.
because the commission
Because the
picks-
commission's all 118 years old
Well,
and
no,
they're all
the-
old boxing heads.
because they have to get licensed through the commission, and then a lot of commissions they pick who's reffing, and it
But like, why isn't Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner,
Because those-
Chuck Liddell, those guys
They
doing
don't
because
it?
those
wanna
guys
do it.
haven't-
You
yeah,
have
they
to
don't
go
wanna
get
do it.
licensed. Like Chris
Yeah.
Lieben's doing it.
Yeah, you
Chris
have to-
Lieben's licensed and he's doing professional refereeing now.
Okay, well,
It's
and-
only a matter of time.
there are really good refs out there. We've dealt with some really good refs that really know their shit, and then there's some other dudes that you
Somehow get a
sometimes
position and then
you
they get it.
sometimes question what they're doing, but and it's hard. We're not hearing what the ref is saying, so he may be like, watch the back of the head, watch the back of the
Right.
head. There's a lot of communication. Oh man, he almost had he almost had that.
What do we call it?
The bouncer control.
Bouncer,
Oh
yeah.
man,
Oh,
here we
he's
go.
got- he's got it. Oh, he let go
why
of
would
it.
you exit out of that?
Because
You're
he's-
underneath the chin.
he's punishing him.
I get it, but you could punish him by putting him to sleep too. Yeah, sometimes wrestlers just want to just break people's souls. I understand it.
Yeah.
Save that poor man.
Oh, he stopped it. He
He stopped it.
Gregor ends it at the end of the
Gregor
second
ends
round.
it with probably a
I
second
told
left.
you you would like this dude.
Yeah, it was good.
He's good.
Hey,
Too
do you
skilled for Yancey.
remember what you said before this fight?
He's just a
I
bruiser.
said Yancey could give a better showing than you think, and he absolutely did. I
You
didn't
know,
say he was going to win.
he just never stopped.
No, you
Just
so,
put the pressure on him, and that.
so you know how
it's
I
tough
knew
to
this
deal
dude
with.
was the real deal.
He's
af-
undefeated. Of course, he's the real deal.
Well, after his after that 12-minute cage time war where he just dominated the other guy just like that.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning he was getting ready to fly out of wherever they were fighting. He was on the treadmill, ran 4 miles in a track wetsuit, the sweatsuits, and then he was like, "All right, got to."
He's blown
Quit
out
sweating.
some lactic acid,
Yeah.
sir, so he's ready to train.
Yeah, he goes because I didn't get enough work last night. He's like, "But I got to go get on this fishing boat." I was like, "Dude, that is intense.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
dedication."
he could have just been
You
trying
ran after you beat a scrub.
Yeah, he could have been. It could have been just that's a recovery thing. He's just blowing out lactic acid. I mean,
Pitchers run the day after they throw 9 innings too, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, but let's be real. That's baseball.
yeah. Well, I'd have to.
Let's be
I
real. You
didn't-
saw that last fight too. The dude put in as much work as a dude that did a complete game.
Yeah,
Like he beat the shit out of that dude. It's not like he got leg kicked by Sanchez for fucking 12 rounds and then went and ran 4 miles.
that would be impressive.
That would be
That
impressive.
would be impressive.
You're acting like old dude survived an earthquake and had a boulder on his leg and then was like, "Oh, I'm running 4 miles." No, he beat the shit out of somebody and then went and ran the next day. Yeah, he's a badass.
Speaking of Sanchez and all that in kickboxing, in Cerrone's corner was Joe Schilling.
They're
Is-
boys. He's been
Well,
in the
I
corner
know
for a
that,
while.
but I mean, he hasn't cornered him for.
I'm not sure if he's cornered him. You're right.
I was gonna say, is that a new thing?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
if he's cornered him. I think he's might become more of the striking coach at the BFM ranch because he's always like holding pads for Cerrone and shit, which would make sense because he's a bad motherfucker
I was gonna
when it
say,
comes to that.
I would want Schilling as my striking coach.
yeah,
I'm not mad at that at all.
that dude.
No, not at all. Can't be mad at that.
I love
He knows.
watching
He
him
knows a
fight.
thing or two.
Yeah, I love watching him fight.
Dude, he's on a tear right now in MMA as well.
He just won a fight.
Yeah.
I thought he won 2 in a row already.
I thought he lost the one before that, didn't he?
I could be
No?
wrong.
I could
He
be wrong,
got
too.
he beat Melvin Manhoof, but it was when Melvin was like, in MMA, he knocked him out after he was getting beat, and that was in his last Bellator kickboxing fight. That was his debut, I believe. But I'm not sure if he's been on a tear. And I think he might have got beat after that.
Hmm.
He did just win his last fight. I know he looked really, really good too.
I think
he
he won
just-
the fight or lost the fight before that, but I'm not 100%
I'm
sure.
excited to see him in MMA because I know he's working his ground game, and he's like dudes like that work so hard. He's always been known to work like crazy, so he'll get his wrestling and his just takedown defense up, and he'll be real dangerous. I'm excited to see him.
And there's a different level, like Matt and I went to a striking seminar. It was taught by Kevin Ross. And
Oh, right.
There are levels to the striking game that people just don't understand until you get around one of those dudes and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
this is a different thing.
He just sees everything you're doing and
Yeah.
has counters to it, and it's like, okay, well,
I agree. Like, and I could tell that Cerrone, like he's always trained under like Brandon Gibson, who I think's an excellent striking coach.
Yeah,
But I
Six
think
Gun's amazing.
more under Joe, like he was throwing more elbows with knees, like where he used to always throw them, but he would never pair them the way he did or catch people coming in with him or catch them in the clinch. He just threw them, at different times, I would say. But tonight when he fought against Alex Hernandez, he looked phenomenal. Like he was reading that, like knowing when to throw what, when, and it looked like a different cowboy. And I was like, man, whatever you and Joe Schilling are doing is like, you've always been up here. Now you're up here.
one thing I've always said about Cowboys, you're not going to be smaller than him and beat him. Like, and that dude was a couple inches smaller.
But he was a fire hydrant too.
But the way he uses his reach and the way he'll keep you away, like you got to be able to jab him with your reach to that's at least how I've always thought Cowboy would fight. Like he would lose to Nate Diaz, who was bigger than him, and also got in his head. He'd lose to Darren Till at a bigger weight class. Lose to Leon Edwards, who's a little bit bigger, and I also thought he was coming back at the end of that fight. But you're not going to be. I don't give a shit how good a wrestler you are, unless you're like Khabib level, who does to everybody. But you're not just going to come and be a fire hydrant that is. I think that kid's really good. Alexander Hernandez, or I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, Alexander Hernandez. Yes,
yeah, he's really, really good. He'll be
explosive.
He'll be a contender real soon, but he wasn't going to beat Donald tonight.
Look at this. Total strikes by Yancey, 1.
Jesus.
Didn't have a chance.
No, that was
on him the whole time. The dude's pace is incredible.
Speaking of that, like now that everybody's watched Khabib, and now that you've seen Gregor, like a lot of Gregor's matches go like that. Do you want to see them just in a straight up wrestling match?
That would not be a good match.
Wouldn't
to watch.
be a good match.
Yeah,
Khabib would maul him.
Yeah, it's
the way that his control was. Yancey wouldn't have had those rolls and shit like that with Khabib.
Well, who do you want to see Khabib fight next?
Tony.
Yeah, I want to see Khabib fight Tony.
That's the only dude that's going to beat him. The only dude that's got a chance to beat him.
Yep.
I mean,
I think
agree
right now at least.
100%.
Yeah. So that is the only.
That's the only fight I believe.
Yeah, that's the fight that I think that everybody wants to see. Partly because there's so much build up, and so many cancellations and this, but I think people want to just like be like, listen, there's a shot there, you know.
Yeah, I didn't even like. Fuck, I keep saying shit.
Like shit.
Like I think Tony. I think McGregor would be a really bad, or Tony would be a really bad fight for McGregor. Tony's wrestling so good. He's so long,
and he's so tough.
I think Tony's bad for everybody.
Tony is definitely bad for everybody. So, and he's got a very, unorthodox style that it's not like, oh, this guy fights like this guy fights like that. Like Tony just fights like Tony. It's very.
He fights how he feels.
Yeah, it's very loose and.
Why is this fight not happening, and why is it not ever happening?
No, it's tried to. They've got hurt 3 times.
Well, I know Khabib's suspended right now too, but.
I think
Dana said that's the only fight that's.
I think the next.
Valuable.
Yeah, I think the next fight that'll happen.
Viable.
I think is gonna be. Tony and Khabib, but we shall see.
Okay, let's pretend that it's.
I don't have any inside knowledge that is said that is on the on the cards. Yeah. So, but if I did, I'd for sure tell you guys.
hey,
insider secrets around here.
Hey, it's cool. It's just us. It's just us 3.
We may have the same coach.
I absolutely have the insider secrets, and I will always be honest with everything that I say, and everything I say will always be how I completely feel, and I'll always be truthful. Yeah. So don't take anything that I say as a joke ever.
Yeah, and though I am biased because Tony's our teammate, regardless of that, I still believe that's the fight.
I do too, but because I think that 1, he should have never been stripped, and 2,
that was such a weird one. I don't even I don't exactly know what was involved in all that. It didn't make sense because other guys have not been stripped for less things, so it's like
Tyron Woodley didn't fight for a year and a half and didn't get stripped.
I don't know exactly what
I love Tyron Woodley too.
Yeah. But I also think that's because the 170 at the time wasn't as stacked as what 155 always is. Ever since I've been a fight fan,
might be the hardest division in MMA right now.
Right now, but what I'm saying is ever since I've ever watched MMA, 155 has been the most stacked division. Whether it's in UFC, WEC back in the day, Strikeforce, 155 is everybody's best division.
And 155, 145, 170, because that's where the average man is between 5'6" and 5'11".
And you get the best ratio of
power speed.
Everything power speeds that, it's like the sweet spot,
Hey, so Josh, you've listened to the podcast and and I don't think since I have started this segment of who is your favorite grappler outside of people so for in your instance it has to be outside of the system. Who is your favorite grappler to watch and learn from, and why?
Well, I mean, do we consider Jean-Jacques as being part of the system? He's the godfather of the system.
No, I'll let you get away with that one. I'll let you get away with that one.
So if it's not Jean-Jacques, and of course Eddie, if it's not one of those, it's always going to default to Marcelo Garcia. I don't know Marcelo Garcia, but I've trained with Caio Terra a handful of times, so he does amazing things. I've never trained with Hickson, but I love seeing like the little nuances from Hickson. But if I had to pick, if I only had one and it was out of somebody that I've either trained with before or that I have, some sort of, instructor relationship with, it would be Marcelo Garcia.
Do you ever watch any videos and think that, hey, maybe this is a good technique, I'm gonna learn this and I'm gonna teach this? Do you ever do that from Marcelo?
All the time. I mean, my whole the X guard game that I teach you guys that goes in and out of leg locks and passing, that's all from Marcelo. I mean, it's in the 10th Planet system as well, but that's all from Marcelo. Because
I was always wondering that, because like people outside of the 10th Planet system, and let's say they're not, like 3rd degree black belt kind of guys that have been doing this forever. I always kind of wonder, I'm like, do you guys just watch, videos and other people's instructional DVDs and things like that and YouTube stuff like to, like, hey, we'll work this path. This seems like a hot topic right now. Because I know the whole 10th Planet system, like there's that whole, shared community of like, hey guys, like we're looking at this, dissecting this. Maybe we should teach our guys this. Of course, we're known for the rubber guard. We're known for lockdown. We're known for like a lot of different things. So I kind of understand how, our system teaches it. But I was wondering, do you think other guys just look at other stuff on YouTube and just be like, hey, I'm going to teach this?
Well, I know within the system we have, ever since Eddie created, there's a communication channel that we all the instructors throughout the whole world have. And there's 150, all the black belts are in there. All the instructors are in there. So maybe it's 200 people now. And we post technique videos in there and share them with each other. Like, hey guys, this is what we're doing. Hey, I watched this tutorial and here's how I'm putting it into our system. What do you guys think? So that's been nonstop for multiple years now. So not only within our system, we're getting outside inspiration, but that's also how you stay current with the times. Like if the whole, like everyone's, doing leg locks. So I don't even know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we're like, let's do leg lock club. Like, so let's make this a thing so that we're at least doing leg locks every single time. So we were ahead of the curve, and now it's like, we got to get back to our passing. So you got to stay fresh with what the times are, because that's what you're going to start to see out there. And what happens is you get really, really good at leg locks, and then you start to be able to defend what they're doing. So then you can go back to what you want to do, whether it's pass, that like the old adage is either I'm going to play legs with you or I'm going to pass those legs so I don't have to play that with you. So,
yeah. And do you like that you have Hav come in and teach leg locks and you just fill in, when you need to and here? Because like Dean had a quote from you the other night. Dean, what was that quote?
Don't say that quote. That's so inappropriate. So,
all right, don't say it.
We won't say that quote. It's inappropriate.
But it was good.
Yeah, you don't say who the quote's from, dummy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, the man was sitting here.
Yeah, but it's I jokingly tell everyone that I hate leg locks, and the only reason why I don't hate leg I don't hate leg locks. My past few competition wins have been from leg locks. It's because the entire industry is focusing. I shouldn't say the entire industry. The vast majority of people that are competing these days are really heavy, at least outside of the IBJJF. That these submission only, they're spending all their time playing with leg locks because the entire industry is.
People are
and
setting
they're also
up in ways that ain't fucking real.
Yeah, well, they're also chasing what, so you, for example, the Danaher Death Squad, or whatever's left of the Danaher Death Squad, forever was just running through just about everybody in leg locks. So everybody's like, well, we need to learn leg locks to beat them at their own game. A lot of guys are like, well, we need to learn leg locks to learn how to survive so we can get back to our game. And it's just frustrating because then that's all people want to do. But it's also a good thing, because if you only focus on leg locks and then you go up against somebody who will not engage in your leg lock game, well, then what are you going to do?
I was saying that the other night when we were downstairs, because I walked into a conversation where people were talking about leg locks. And like in the last 6 to 8 months, when I stopped diving into leg locks, trying to leg lock everybody and figure out new ways to do it, it's like I haven't really been leg locked as much unless I dive into it. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this now, because I've been trying to pass people and get into positions to punch people in the face. So unless you want to go into that leg lock battle, and yeah, I knew this fight was going to be short. Greg Hardy's going to knock this dude out so fast.
I didn't even know it started.
Yeah, Greg Hardy's going to make this fight's going to be over before the 4-minute mark.
These big guys are going.
Greg Hardy's an interesting topic, but back to these leg locks. Keep going, Josh.
Well, it's like the saying is, if you're a hammer, you're always looking for a nail. So if you're always hunting for leg locks, you're going to find yourself in those things. But if you're not willing to engage, in those leg locks, then, it is what it is. And I leg lock people, but, Javi really loves teaching leg locks, and he loves teaching, and he's in the process of honing his instructor skills, because he's at some point going to open up his own academy. So, so it's like a twofold thing. It's good for Javi to get those constant reps of teaching, and it's not like he doesn't just teach at our gym. Now he's teaching at multiple facilities.
Right.
So that's good. It's good for Javi, and, he really loves that subject, and that's, and half the time, like, leg lock club is crucifix. So it's not really leg lock club, So a lot of times it's, originally it was all leg locks, and it, sometimes it transforms into, whatever Javi wants to work on. And
he ties them all in, though. He's like, he goes, I want to work the crucifix. Will be like, but if you want a leg lock, here's how you can transition to one from there. So he'll show you.
Yeah. So, and I give Javi artistic freedom to teach whatever he wants to teach, because he wants to run that class.
And I was going to say that about, like, that's what I really enjoy about our gym, is like having that different perspective too, that you allow him to come in and, teach something, that's just different than, if, most gyms, when it's just one instructor, you get just one perspective. Like, we get to get multiple, because we'll have Javi, and then you'll do seminars and things like that. And I think that's pretty cool how just in our own little shell, we get a lot of outside experience from other places. And
Javi goes and trains with people all over the, all over the country, and brings that knowledge back. So there's definitely, value, in that. And so, and Javi's one of the founding members of the gym. He's been with me since 2012. So, and when, if one of my guys is like, listen, I really want to teach, and I'm like, okay, well, let's figure out a way, because you really want to teach,
Yeah.
It's not like Javi's not competent to, to teach just about anything. So
this is the first time we've ever seen Greg Hardy on the ground.
I was about to say that. Yeah. And Crowder didn't really do a good job pressuring on top and let him get back to his feet fairly easily.
He is not going in for a whizzer, which is scaring me.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir? I mean, it worked out, but
Hardy's all new to MMA. Like, this dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
was murking quarterbacks.
He's an ex-D lineman for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's important. It's big.
Right.
I mean, this is his first step up to the big leagues, and he's co-main eventing. This is weird.
I mean,
he knocked everybody the fuck out before this.
Should go with, this is a bad spot.
Real quick, back to leg locks. I'm in this Facebook group, and with a bunch of
leg lockers.
Yeah, lower than purple belt people.
It's a good wall walk. He's got to stay on that and he's just got to get out, because it's about to be real bad. That's a good control. Look at you, keeping it all in.
And it would blow your mind how many gyms out there do not teach people, especially blue belt or under, or like brown belt and under leg locks, which I'm sure you already know, but that blows my mind.
That's all right. A lot of people believe that, and there's nothing wrong with this mindset. They believe that their jiu-jitsu system is complete, and if they're okay with that, that's perfectly fine. Or they focus heavily on the IBJJF, and you don't have to really focus too much. That dude just jumped a guillotine on this guy. Look at you, sir.
Oh, and
didn't work out very well for you, homie.
Alan Crowder jumped a guillotine on Greg Hardy, and it didn't work.
That's a big dude. You better get him off you.
It's a grown man right there.
Throw some up kicks.
Do you ever watch Anatomy of a Fighter on YouTube? Will Harris Productions.
I've seen it a couple times, actually. Yeah.
I think it may be more than Will Harris, but anyway, they just did.
I actually like that. They had a big one up for Khabib whenever he was fighting Conor.
This dude.
Well, they did one for Alan Crowder.
Oh, did they?
They did a 3-part series. This dude is a nice dude. Like
I'm sure he's a sweetheart, but there's a pop triangle right here. Come on now. Come on. I know he's big, but he's giving you.
Greg Hardy doesn't know what he's doing. He's about to get choked.
Push that arm over, and he got it out. But that gentleman on the bottom should have locked that up.
Mm.
Well, they're both not super experienced either in the.
They're fighting the UFC, sir.
Well, the UFC is.
You're in the show. Come on now.
The UFC's doing this to sell tickets.
Well, that's all right, but that's a good 100%. That's super effective. That's the same path that we worked with Matt. It's good.
Oh, big right.
Landed a big one on. He did not like that.
Into the first.
Okay.
That's the first time I think Greg Hardy's been out of the first.
That's how you can tell how big these guys are, because Dan Mergulati is huge, and these guys are about the same size.
Big John's huge,
he's walking real funny. I don't know exactly what that was
I don't
about.
think he likes being on the ground.
Well, this is the first time he's ever been on the first round, I think.
I'm not sure if he's a fan of being on the ground either.
No. But that's all right.
Well, Dana was hoping he would just come in here and murk people so that they could give him a title fight and then by the end of the year.
Well, that's not.
Wow, that's fast.
That's aggressive. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure if you made that up, but I hope so.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just calling it like I see it.
Oh, okay.
I remember when
Dana
that
didn't
wasn't.
say that.
I remember when this wasn't a thing where nobody was rubbing ice on people's chests.
Hey, how do you feel about it? How do you feel
Opening
about
up
another
lungs.
man squirting water in another man's mouth?
In the fight sports, it's fine. If you were standing on the golf course,
When football players fucking do it because they're too lazy to
Yeah.
pick their old hands up, I'm gonna need you to figure that out, bud.
Because my
Yeah.
boy, former NFL football player Pat McAfee says, "Don't ever let another man squirt water in your mouth."
I agree with that. That sounds. I mean, there's a couple ways you can live your life if you want to, but I mean, there's two people as far as I see it. There's people that let other people squirt water in their mouth in the water bottle, and
I mean, you
people
can't
that
really
don't.
you can't really
Unless-
squirt water in the UFC because that has to be a closed water bottle. By the time it has to be a commission
that's
approved
true.
water bottle. You got to open up cage side.
Yeah.
So you're not going to really see that in MMA these days. But
But
in
I mean,
boxing
MMA
is different.
unless it's Stephen Hawking,
gonna
I
say-
feel like you can do it yourself.
Hey, come on now. Too soon.
He got pussy. Fuck off.
R.I.P. But no, in MMA you have fingers, like out of your gloves. Like boxing, I get because you can't
no,
stick
you
your
can
fingers
absolutely
out.
even in boxing gloves, you can absolutely drink your own water. You just maybe you
Oh,
can't open
yeah.
it up, but you can
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
Like
drink it yourself.
two-hand it?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
If you don't have the little thing holding the thumb to the hand, you can grab it too a little bit and squeeze. It'd be all right.
I'm gonna take an MMA fight, Josh, just so you're in my corner and you like hand me the water and be like, no, hand me that. Just put the in between the rounds.
I pour water in people's mouths in MMA fights, sir. Sometimes you.
No, I'm not saying I won't let you.
I
I'll
don't
just be
want to
like,
feel
remember
like
we talked
I
about
don't want
this.
to pick my hands up right now.
Sometimes you're just.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Your hands are heavy. It's like, oh no.
Sometimes you're just listening and they just put the water in front of you. You're like, I did need that water. I was going to ask for it. Sometimes you're like, no, give me that water back. You're like, no, you don't need any more. No, give me that water back.
I need it.
Yeah.
That's a wild topic.
There's timeouts in wrestling now.
What?
There's timeouts in high school wrestling.
That
For
should be
what?
against
I
the
don't
law.
know. I saw some shit on Flow Wrestling.
Are we talking blood time?
No, there was like our kids abusing the timeout rule in high school wrestling. I got so mad I didn't even look into it.
When the fuck did they get a timeout?
I don't know, but what the fuck are you getting timeouts for? I got yelled at when I was in when my
God.
nose was bleeding in 4th grade and I was trying to get some water during my nose.
Yeah,
during
you
my
know what?
bleed time.
If there's blood time, there's blood time. But
They didn't
I
even want me
don't-
to drink water. They're like, you can't drink water. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Bleeding, dog.
Crowder just got tagged.
Crowder got talking, and now he's
Oh,
yelling
no,
at
tagged
him.
him,
he's
I mean.
Oh,
talking.
Crowder is feeling himself.
Oh. He
I should've-
he senses
Oh,
some
he's
disdain, but he just
He
took
he
one.
can
just
sense all.
took one.
He
Look at it. Yeah,
stuck
there
his
you go.
tongue out at
Oh,
him.
there it is. Oh.
Going for the takedown.
Yeah. He's running it, but he got stuck.
But
on
he
it.
got stuck underneath.
Get out.
Hey,
Get out,
did
big
you see
guy.
what Jordan Burroughs Instagram the other day?
I did not.
I
Dude,
did
it
not.
was like it made you want to go run through a wall. He was
That's
talking-
illegal. That's illegal as South. Oh fuck!
Damn, that was a knee to a downed opponent
Oh, that's called
right
timeout.
to the head.
He was on his knees, dog,
Whoa.
Greg Hardy just kneed Crowder illegally.
And then punched him after.
and then got on top of him and punched him in the
Yeah.
face.
This is this is gonna be interesting.
well, he called timeout, but if the doctors and the judges and all that are
Oh, it's the
An
Crowder
illegal
fight.
blow, I believe it
It's
is
a
a
disqualification.
It's a
Crowder wins.
disqualification.
Yep.
If he's not willing to come back,
Which he should
and,
not after that. I mean, I guess if
I
you
totally
can,
missed it too.
Yeah, but it's hard when you're in there because
You want to,
you want to just keep on going, and
especially
you're-
after that.
Yeah, but it depends on how bad it rocked
Dude,
him.
he got fucked.
But that's
up.
no,
they're not showing the
that's
contact
in the ear.
yet.
Yeah, that's in the.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was not. I mean, those are big guys.
Oof.
So
I mean, it
That
could have
wasn't a
been
punch
worse, but
afterwards.
that wasn't
The ref
good.
got on him first.
yeah.
I want to see the whole thing. No, my God.
Yeah, that's
That's a bad
definitely-
knee.
Yeah, that's definitely
It's one of
definitely
those ones.
illegal for sure, 100%.
Hey, you can't do that.
Yeah. So,
He's, like I said, he hasn't been fighting long. He doesn't know the rules.
sir, they
There's
tell
like
you,
there's like 7 rules, dude.
in the rules meeting before the fight, they go over
Okay.
what you're allowed to do and what you're not,
Well, he got punched stupid. He forgot the
Dave.
There's
rules.
like
day
7
of.
rules.
and everybody knows you can't knee
You
a
don't
grounded
bite.
opponent.
You don't pinch. You don't eye gouge. Don't kick him in the dick. Don't hit him when he's on his
I
knees.
don't know. They may
with
have
the
called
kick.
it. I mean,
That's a bummer.
yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see what happens. The doc's in there. They're gonna replay it again. Boom. I mean, ricocheted off his hand, but that doesn't mean it didn't.
It's a big knee coming
it's a
through to ricochet
big-
off
yeah,
a
it's
couple
big,
fingers.
Big dude. So
Yeah. It's not good. We standing up. Let's see what happens. No, this is over.
Yeah, it
This
looks
is
like it's
over.
over.
Yeah, this is over. But anyway, back to Jordan Burroughs. He had this inspirational post about talking about like all the work that you put in, in wrestling before you get 6 minutes a match. He goes, so what you do in that 6 minutes lives on forever.
sometimes 8.
Right. But I mean, he was talking about the 6 minutes.
Yeah.
He goes, what
7 in
the
college.
work you put in before, you step onto that mat and that part gets taped. He's like, that lives on forever. So basically he's talking about putting in the hard work,
Right.
before. And I was about to say, is there another sport that is like that, like where you have to put in such grueling work just for 6 minutes? MMA is longer. You get longer than 6 minutes.
Well, I mean, you could say like track and field's even shorter than that, and they're
for like the sprints.
yeah, they're only watching, you're watching the, just the act of doing it, swimming, it's all those scenarios. You're never seeing the work that's really put in, but
But I've never seen track and field break somebody down like wrestling breaks somebody down.
I don't know.
I've never been a track and field athlete.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
I can't say. I can tell you that.
I guess I can say that too. I can't say either.
Yeah.
What about like an
so-
ultra runner though? The people that run 200 miles and have to run like
Well,
20 miles a day.
But that's what I mean. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking like 6 minutes is a short amount of time. Like whereas in MMA you get 15 to 25 potentially, right? So it's all the work you put in. Like MMA would to me is the only equivalent to wrestling, where you have a potential short amount of time from all that hard work you put in before.
Well, if a wrestling match was 25 minutes,
Everybody would die.
the pace would be
the pace would
different.
be-
Yeah, the
there would
pace
be-
would be more like MMA.
it would be so
where
slow.
There'd be some ebbs and flows. There'd be action and then resting and all that. But because you have 2 minutes of work,
And that's why it's that low, because
Yeah.
they kind of figured out that that's all the output somebody
Yeah.
can have for that long is at that, like what a real like 157-pound like collegiate wrestling matches. Those guys just go. So especially now in college, because they throw stallings out so much faster.
yeah,
College wrestling is so much more exciting than it was 5 years ago, because how much they're throwing stallings out now. These guys just go at it. It's great. It's really fun to watch.
it's basically a sprint. You're literally
People tech kids because kids just get tired in the first period now, because the pace is so different now.
Yeah, the way my coach looked at it is he said if you could stand after your wrestling match, you didn't wrestle hard enough. Like you would see guys, they'd wrestle, they'd shake hands,
You get
and they
napped.
would go lay down.
Yep, you go nap.
You just like, I left it all out there. And like when you would go to a tournament, and Dino will attest to this because he's been through there, part of the reason, the advantage to having 2 to 3 hours between matches is you can recover within reason, eat some food, get some energy back, stretch, take a little nap, or come back and be ready to blow it out again.
I think on the collegiate level now, you have to have like 45 minutes between matches. Like if you're at an NCAA tournament, you can't it's not just back to back to back like you are
At like a grappling
tournament.
tournament,
We're like, oh, you guys are good. Go. It doesn't. They give you like 5 minutes. Okay, you're good. But it's so much more stagnant. You can hold them. I'm in side control now.
So
Okay, now I'm
do you
resting.
think there should be tech falls in jiu-jitsu tournaments? Because like you see some of these scores, it's like 37-0, 42-5. You know what I mean? Like,
But what
that's-
if I armbar you with 5 seconds left?
I mean, I get the philosophy, but
Yeah.
like when it's 37-0, are you armbarring that dude who's smoking you on every transition?
Why hasn't that guy finished that dude? If that dude can
Right.
run up 30
Why you
points
so
on
good?
him, why has he not been able to seal the deal on that?
At that point, I feel like he's just continuing his warm up.
Well, it's either that or he's not trying
Fuck
to
that
submit them,
dude
he's
then.
trying to clown that person. He's like, oh, I'm just going to run up. I'm going to try to get 50. I think there was one match that was like 56-2 or some shit like that. Like, you're clowning that person. You're not trying to finish them.
I
You're like,
still
I'm going to
don't
make
even
an
think that's
example
clowning.
of
I
this
think that's
person.
embarrassing of you. If you can get 56 points and you can't submit the dude,
Yeah,
I
why the
kind of
fuck
think that's
didn't you finish him?
embarrassing. I
Yeah.
think it's embarrassing.
If any, the only thing I could see is if somebody's trying to make an example of somebody, like, you don't belong here, but that's still like, just fucking murk him.
Submit him. Hit him with a nasty submission.
Yeah, I don't know. To each his own, I
Yeah.
suppose.
So I mean,
I think it's hard to put tech falls in a sport where it can end so quickly, and it's not an ending that can be
It's
like
n-
wrestling. You can pin them,
yeah.
but like
It's not easy to tech fall somebody. Like, I wrestled for a really long time, and I think I maybe got like 4 or 5 tech falls. Like, not.
I've had kids that I've tech falled a lot of people, and I've had people that I've wrestled with tech fall 10 kids a year.
Have you guys been tech
Who
fault?
the fuck are they wrestling?
I mean, we were at the highest level in high school, and we were at the biggest population of kids. So you got a lot of scrubs along.
Okay,
a lot
so,
of
yeah,
the
so you
good
got a
ones.
big, you got a big swing.
You got a
yeah.
big pool of kids.
I wrestled, coming out the gate wrestling as a freshman in varsity. So I never really had the opportunity.
No, our
to wrestle
varsity,
too many.
our varsity level had scrubs too. It was just there was so many kids in so many schools. There was one high school. It wasn't just like St. Charles. It was St. Charles West, East,
okay.
St. Charles
Yeah,
High
yeah.
School, St. Charles,
Gotcha.
all those. So it was a lot of kids belonged, a lot of kids didn't. That's what it goes.
Yeah.
And then when you have one of the best wrestlers in the nation on your team, a lot of kids get teched.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. That's definitely going to be out there, but
I saw Michael Bisping's kids. His oldest kid is one of the best wrestlers at his weight in the state of California.
Oh, I believe it.
yeah. I mean, he's training. All those guys are training with Mark Munoz. So I'm pretty sure Munoz shut down Rain and then was just teaching wrestling. But then I think
He was a high school coach for a while, I thought.
College,
he was college coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
like a D3 or something.
I thought he was doing it because he loved it, and that was close to home.
No,
and shit.
yeah, he's a
Right.
wrestler. So and his kids wrestle. So he's like, we'll just have a wrestling school when they shut down Rain. But then now I heard that TJ Dillashaw opened up
Training lab.
which is Rain plus
Train.
Yeah, it's I'm assuming Muscle Farm probably.
No, they don't have anything to
They
do
don't
with
have
it.
anything
No,
to
he
do with
split
it?
with
Not
it.
anymore?
TJ has his
Okay.
own website and stuff now with his own training.
Yeah, Sam Calavio, who used to be Missouri wrestler or wrestling coach of some kind. He has connections with Missouri.
I have no
The
clue.
University
I
of
don't
Missouri.
remember him.
I only know that. I only know that because I heard TJ say it one time, and then in every video and leading up to this fight when he's with Sam Calavio or however you say that name. Sorry if I mispronounced it.
He's gonna hear it. He'll be all right.
He's wearing a Missouri Tigers hoodie, so
Okay, yeah.
I mean, so he's training with some legit guys that have that D1 experience. And then plus he's also training with Aaron Pico, and if you're training with Aaron Pico,
Pico's a stud.
Yeah, that's all the all that crew.
dude, AKA speaking of them, they have another younger DC. This guy's name is Darren Wynn.
Darren Wynn, he's a 185 pounder.
As I'm saying, he's like a little DC.
Yeah, he's 5-0 on a lot of smaller organizations.
UFC just signed him.
Yeah,
Made
he's a
it to the
middleweight.
show.
He's a middleweight. We'll see. He's real little.
I mean,
He's built like DC.
yeah, he's
Real
like
short.
the middleweight of DC.
Real, not like Yoel short, built either.
No,
he's
he's like
just-
DC built.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll see.
a little more muscular, but that's what I'm saying.
No, he's cut. He has abs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like he should be fighting 170.
DC's a fire hydrant.
DC, I feel like he should be a heavyweight.
Yeah, we had this talk the other day. We were talking about Roy Nelson and all that. We're like, a lot of these dudes could go down if they really wanted to, but you know what? He's
feel
what, 40 years old?
Well, now I don't think it's anywhere near his best interest to try to make light heavyweight again.
No.
When I saw his fight against, I believe, Josh Barnett in Strikeforce. He weighed 216.
Yeah.
You could tell his nutrition was just on point. He looked slim. His abs were coming in, but even at 216, he still his belly was still a belly. That's just, I feel like that's how he is a little bit at some points in time.
Some dudes just can't grow abs.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got abs, but some dudes just don't get shredded, and or
Dude,
aren't-
I'm gonna be yoked this year, guys.
or aren't
Are
willing.
you?
I just want to put
to,
it on mic, so you have to hold me to it.
or they're not willing to
I mean, he
really
was sponsored by
strict themselves-
Popeyes and cake.
Can I tell you my shocking prediction though for the heavyweight division? And
Okay.
it's just really with DC. It all depends on how Cain Velasquez comes back against Ngannou. If Cain doesn't win,
It's not really shocking because they're not going
I
to
think
fight each
DC
other.
stays a lot longer than he says he's going to stay, minus the John Jones fight kind of thing. I think if DC fights Stipe again, fights Lesnar, fights whoever, it all depends. If Cain comes in and murks Ngannou, I think DC does one and done. If Cain comes in and loses, DC stays for a while.
I
he's
think
got-
John's going to take it all.
I think
I'm
he's
sorry.
got 2 fights enough no matter what.
Yeah.
I think he's going to fight. I think he's either got 1 or 2. He's going to fight John again, and then he's going to fight Lesnar maybe. And it's either going to be Lesnar then John or just John and he's out by
Well,
that's what I'm
if
saying.
he
I think
doesn't beat John, I don't see the Lesnar fight happening.
I thought he'd fight
Well, no,
Lesnar first
well,
and
no,
come back.
But that's what I mean. If Cain beats Ngannou, then then DC's next fight is John Jones. If Cain loses to Ngannou, he fights Stipe or somebody else.
Yeah, I think John's gonna go up to heavyweight.
I think it also depends on how Kane beats him.
John is huge.
I know, but John also is defending his title in March.
Yeah, John's fighting already again.
Yeah, I
So-
think it's okay. I think John's gonna take them both, and then he's gonna fight Brock Lesnar, and it'll be a glorious.
I think DC could take him at heavyweight.
Is there anybody more intense than
Possible.
TJ Dillashaw?
Maybe not now, but
more intense than TJ Dillashaw.
He's the most intense human I've ever seen, especially after a win.
are we gonna? I mean, is intense and being a dickhead the same thing?
No, I mean just like that emotion. When somebody wins, like in wrestling, and they're just letting out that cry, that war cry.
the visceral thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a point of being an ultra competitor, and there's a point of you're being a dickhead in competition, and I think he crosses the line a lot. You see it in sparring, you've seen it in his fights. I think there's a difference between being
I think
a
he does
competitor.
it in sparring, but I don't know how he
But
crosses the line in fighting.
You
like
knock
when he's in the
somebody out, and
cage.
then you just get up and yell in his face. Why? You'd be all right. You'd be
Well-
all right if you walk away, dude.
I mean, after that, all that mad trash
And you
that
already
Cody
beat-
talked.
And he already
That's
beat
kinda
him
hard.
once. He already beat him once. Calm down, bud.
Well,
Calm down there, bud.
That was the first time they fought. I thought he did
No,
that.
the second fight got up in his face after he knocked him cold out and was like he yelled and shit. I think he'll be. Oh no, I think TJ's a great fighter. I think
It's a mixed bag,
that's
because-
why he's so great.
Well, and here's the thing: it's fighting. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Grown ass men that
Yeah.
said, "Hey, we're gonna go punch each other in the face in front of. We're gonna put our underwear on and fight each other."
Just
that
like-
being said, there's something. There is something cool about the consummate professional, but then there's also something cool about the complete dickhead that goes in there and fucks people up. It's
Oh yeah, and that's a great. The problem is with people that are like that. A lot of times they do go in there and fuck people up a lot. And
Yeah.
he
Right.
does. He's really really good at this.
Yeah, it's you struggle with that, but and then
I'm not gonna sit here and be like I haven't been a dickhead after I've beaten somebody.
sure
Like
everybody. Yeah, we've
like,
all
what
we've
we
all
d-
been
we're
there,
talking about.
but-
He just seems to always be on that. Him and Dominic Cruz are the most people I've ever seen with chips on their shoulder, no matter how successful they've become, and that's why they're so successful, I suppose.
I mean, that has to be part of why,
It's definitely
right?
part of it. Yeah.
At some point in time, you gotta relax and be like, okay,
His chairs don't move very well.
I guess he'll relax when he's done. Sleep when you're dead, eh?
Hey,
Hey,
Okay, cool.
I'm definitely excited for this fight for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna use the
Henry
lorry
and
real
TJ.
quick.
The Louvre.
Use the lorry, dude. The Louvre's an art expedition in France, bro. Figure it out.
French. Yeah. So, anyways, as the boys leave, this is going to be quite the stylistic match. We've got a heavy wrestler versus striker. That classic matchup of Henry Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw. So this is going to be quite the banger. TJ definitely looks like he is checked in and ready to go. I'm not seeing anything crazy out of the eyes. It looks like he's just ready to go in there and bang. Henry isn't quite as intense, but it doesn't look like he's out of it by any means already. So I'm just letting the fans know what's going on.
dude, you just held this thing down on your own.
Saying, well, you got to. Y'all ran away, so I had to just let everybody know that, the boys are looking like they're ready to go throw down. Nobody's looking too concerned or worried right now, which they shouldn't. These guys are at the top of the heap. But
2 champions.
yeah.
Oh, co-host, we can't abandon the whole podcast at once.
I feel like we left it in sturdy hands.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, there's no other hands. Last time I left, I don't know if you heard the last fight command him. Matt goes, "This is my podcast now."
I am the captain.
I am the captain now. Yeah.
If he wants to
straight
take the
up took
podcast
over.
I guess you kind of just got to give it to him when he's here too.
Well, I mean, what was I gonna do? Fight him for it? I was like, "Yeah, you're
I
right."
think you should. Don't be a pussy about it.
Hey, that's exactly what he told me.
It's not about. Let me tell you something there, bud. It's not about how many you win. It's about how many you show up for.
Well, sometimes, depending on who you fight, you might not show up for another one.
Don't be a pussy about it.
What's wrong with being your favorite thing?
What's wrong with being a favorite thing?
Yeah, what's wrong with being your favorite thing?
He's saying his favorite thing is pussy. So that's what he's. That's what
Oh.
he's saying. Yeah. It's like, oh, you are what you eat. Like all that. Yeah.
Oh, you got me.
So Henry is a stout gentleman.
Dude, that's what I was saying. I watched these weigh-ins the other day, man. Unless TJ rehydrated well, Henry is about to blast
Those
double,
were
old boy.
some of the scariest pictures I've seen online.
Man.
Oh, that
TJ
was-
didn't look that bad,
Yes,
guys.
he
What
did.
are you talking
fucking?
about?
He looked like Tristan Bale in The Mechanist
Yeah.
or Machinist,
I've never seen that.
whatever those
The
words are.
mechanist.
Whatever it is, I don't give a shit. He probably worked on cars in it anyway.
It was,
No,
yeah,
but
it was.
I always compare people to Conor McGregor when he was sucking down to 145.
Oh,
Like,
it was way worse.
He looked worse,
Way-
man.
The picture that I saw, I was like, ooh, that's. Ooh,
But it
that's
could have been the
crazy.
camera angle and the lighting
it
because
could've been.
because he
It could've been.
I just because he was the first on the scale. He was proving a point. He said that the cut was great. He was already ready to go. He was 10 pounds, like
Say your
a couple
cut's
days
great
out.
all you want.
Every-
You're still
every time,
135
yeah.
pounds trying to lose
Well-
10 pounds of water.
Well,
dude.
we all know the fight is the telltale of it all, so we're about to find out here.
Yeah, absolutely. He,
He
definitely
actually does
looks
look
way
like
better.
zero
Look at
hydrated
him.
really, really well too.
Yeah, he
I
looks
will
way
say
better.
And I mean, I think this what he's doing now. I think with him and Dwayne out there at the garage and everything. Like I think he's one of the fighters I feel that has put together a complete kind of
he's
camp.
really, really, really good. No, there's no shit.
That relationship that him and Dwayne have is definitely unique. And,
Yes, it is
and
too.
Though they work really well together, and what he has TJ do works
Well,
really well for
what I
TJ.
think-
Yeah.
Well, I think Dwayne's a mastermind. He noticed really quick that TJ was the guy to snatch out of that camp, and if he wanted to, he realized that was going to be his best friend and basically his project for his entire life, and he was going to win world titles with this dude right here, and we're going to create.
He's gonna make a lot of money by selling him to start, get people to draw into to Bang
100%.
Muay Thai.
I'm not knocking it at all. It was
But
great.
my
He found
point
the-
is-
he found
is-
the gem.
Is TJ is so crazy? Like he'll follow everything he believes in. Like if he believes in it and somebody's telling him to do this, he'll follow it to a T. He won't cheat. Whereas a lot of us are like, we'll sneak that cookie in. He ain't sneaking no cookie in.
Well, he's a professional. That's what he's got to do.
Some guy now.
But look how intense he is yelling back at Bruce Buffer.
Look how intense
go,
Bruce
son.
Buffer is. Jesus, that man was purple.
I haven't even admired.
Nobody's more.
I have
on
not even
point than
admired
Buffer.
Bruce's suit yet. This is my favorite
Him
part
and
of
his
all
brother.
UFCs.
Which one is it? Was it the
is-
like
I think it's the
maroon
purple
one?
one.
No, he gets a new. You ain't gonna tell me he's worn the same suit twice.
I think he has. I think
No.
he's worn that blue one a couple times.
That blue one's fresh.
That
as
blue one
fuck,
is fucking
though.
on point
It
though.
is
So
fresh.
I'm not mad at it, but I think he's
Dude,
rocked
do you
that a
know
couple
his
times.
brother is worth like $300 million?
Do you know he like?
Because he franchised
He
that Fight
coined-
Night is him.
Well, he coined
let's
this
get ready to
saying.
rumble.
But I
Or that-
thought- I
ready to
thought-
rumble like fight games and shit.
I thought Bruce like manages his
Yeah, he
brother.
did.
So Bruce is getting his cut.
And Bruce is an all
Bruce
black.
gets his. Bruce like had the idea.
Well, I'm saying Bruce is getting his cut.
Oh yeah, I don't think, but he's not on Michael's level. Like
Yeah.
I looked up Michael Buffer's because somebody said it and I didn't believe it. There's no way this fucking ring announcer that says 17 words a year is worth $400 million. And you look it up, it's like Jesus Christ.
Hopefully,
talking.
I think you said I'm about to edit that out because we're gonna get fined
For what?
for what you using his coin term. Like you have to pay money every time you
Let's
say
get
that.
ready to rumble.
I gotta do it again.
I don't gotta say.
All
It.
right.
You don't gotta. That's public domain now. Suck a dick.
I don't think it is.
My whole one twice, Bruce. You want your fucking $7? Come here for it.
Can charge Dean Ballenger from Head Kick Radio.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Henry coming out hot.
I wonder what the speed difference is. That's the real thing. I think I don't. It's hard to tell, but Henry may be a little bit quicker. Don't know if that's necessarily going to help, but
Well,
I
He
bet
just
Henry's
pushed
a
him
lot
down.
I bet Henry's a lot stronger.
what happened? TJ's got clipped.
TJ's knocked the fuck out. What
that
just
is
happened?
Bad. News.
Scrambling.
He's back, but he's not quite there yet.
This is not good.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Oh, geez.
Let's
Henry's
go,
not-
Henry. Let's go.
Henry
Yeah.
lit him up.
Wow. Holy shit.
There's
I didn't
that.
see that happening.
If so facto.
I did not see that happening.
See how wide that dude's back is?
Oh, yeah,
That's a
he's
powerful
massive.
human being, man.
Dude, TJ just got
Look at this lady.
smoked.
You see that lady? Like, yo, who the fuck you think you're running into?
Wow.
She's just fucking mad dogging everybody with that weird ass half patent leather jacket, half blue blazer
She's
thing.
letting everybody know
She's
that
letting
she's
everybody
in
know that
charge.
she's mama.
I am here for fucking business and business only.
Do you
No
remem-
dick.
Do you remember the hardcore title in wrestling back in the day?
Hell
Like when,
yeah.
when Mankind, like that
Oh,
lady
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
that's what this title is. She's like,
Yeah.
this title's up for grabs right now. She was about to take out Henry Cejudo.
She could be like the head of the like state the commission. That's why she's walking around like that. But I don't know. But god damn, was that fast?
Dang, I don't like. What do we even say about that?
Well, he clipped him and then he just put it on him, and he just didn't stop. And that's the right thing to do.
Do you think that was the weight cut?
I wanna see the shot. Hang
Yeah,
on.
let's
Let me
see the shot. He just pushed him
He's
down.
so strong, man.
That one
Nope,
clipped
hit
him
him
by
right
the.
behind the
That
ear.
one hit him right on the ear. Yeah.
Equilibrium him.
Yep. And then he
And
just
then
keep on going.
10 shots there. Take his
He's
back.
trying to recover. He comes back a
He
little
hits
bit.
him with an uppercut here that rocks
Yeah.
him right there. That
Yeah, you
uppercut
see-
did it again.
Yep. You see his leg drop down,
There's
and that one did
he
it
was
again.
out right there. Yep. That's a good call, I think.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a big TJ guy. That bums me out a little bit.
Doesn't bum me out at all.
Nope. Boom.
Because-
That uppercut right there.
Because Henry trains with Master Vic from time to time, so and I love when a wrestler
Is he out in Arizona?
El Paso.
El Paso?
I don't know where he was training, but they definitely have. He's definitely done some 10th Planet training. So
Anytime you can just push somebody down like that, it's a bad night for the other guy.
yeah,
Well, who's the 10th planet in Arizona? Because that's where Kevin Gastelum was out of. Was it
Yuma.
Yuma?
Yeah.
Isn't there like Tempe and Mesa and those two as well?
Mesa
I'm just
is
making that up.
there's one in Mesa,
Hmm.
which is right outside of Phoenix. Yeah, there's the Yuma's the one where Gastelum is from.
Do you think Gastelum's got a shot against Whitaker next month?
Sure, absolutely. He's a humongous dude, so there's always an opportunity, and he's got heavy hands, and
Boxing's real good.
he's
Real good.
yeah, he's no slouch on the ground. So
I heard there was an Ultimate Fighter going on. Is anybody watching that?
absolutely not. Like I said, I don't have TV, so unless it's coming through my, like the news feed or whatever on Facebook, or someone sends me a video or something, unfortunately I'm not seeing it.
So this setup's pretty foreign to you then, right? He's like, we're actually watching some fights.
Dual TV.
I'm seeing the news, which I haven't watched the news in like 7 years, and I haven't seen commercials in the same time. So yeah.
Hey, this is not the only knockout. Like Jasmine's been knocked out for a hot minute.
She's sitting over
No,
there.
she was taking.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
been watching
she's
you.
awake?
She's
Looking
putting stuff
over.
on Snapchat.
Oh, I thought she was knocked out.
No, she's been looking at me weird every time I say that's such an ugly fucking
I
belt.
like it. I like that,
That
belt.
belt is a
Oh, that
piece of shit.
I don't like that belt.
I do. It's
That
clean.
belt looks like it just was a WWE $24 belt from Walmart.
You know what? You know what it looks like where you could have gotten that belt from.
Walmart.
You know the game where you put like the quarter in and like knocks other
claw
quarters
game?
out. No, not the claw
Oh,
game. That's you know which game I'm talking
the
about.
game where
It pushes the
stand next to
quarter.
with the earthquake where he's got the little thing.
Yeah.
Those things are good.
Yeah, I don't like that belt at all.
That thing is gaudy. It looks like a 67-year-old aunt with too much makeup would wear it, and perfume. A whole lot of perfume.
And doilies. Put some doilies on that
Some
shit.
doilies are what you put fucking plates on, right? That's what
Do you think Henry Cejudo just saved the flyweight division?
it's already gone. No. What do you mean?
Because that's the kind of what the talk leading up to this fight was. If TJ won, the flyweight division was over, and if Henry
That
won,
was
then
3 strong kisses
I'm
from that.
fairly
that gentleman.
positive the flyweight division's already gone, so it was kind of funny that they were even fighting for it.
well, I don't know. What about now? What about doing Joseph Benavidez versus Henry Cejudo?
Why would you want Joseph Benavidez to get his ass whipped like that?
Well, he's like the number 2 ranked fighter. Who else is in line? Or do you
Yeah,
want Henry
it's-
to go up and fight TJ again at the 135?
That's what the fight would be.
I think Henry could definitely do that. So, it's plausible. But
I think Henry should take 2 years off, get on all the steroids, and then come back at walking around
170.
at 135.
What do you
And
mean?
then
But I mean, he's such a
retire, quote unquote retire, so USADA can't test you anymore. Just get on all that good Brazilian acai, and then just
he's
come
hitting
back,
new levels right now.
walking
though.
around. You don't mean you gotta stop training. Do that George St. Pierre shit. Just cure your CTE real quick, and then
But he went away for 4 years.
I think they're
got
going to
on
run
all
it
the
again.
bomba.
I think they're going to run it again because
at 135, right?
I think they're going to run it again because TJ's. It's hard to tell what they're saying because we don't have that audio going, but.
Let me tell you
TJ's
something,
sitting there
Johnny.
like, no, let's run. The look on his face was, no, I really wasn't that hurt. That was a fluke. You're gonna hear that. So,
Well, now the only way to do it though, because I mean, why would Cejudo want to fight again for his title? Why not fight for another one?
It would definitely be on Cejudo's terms, and it would be up for 135 probably.
yeah,
Yeah, because this fight was on TJ's terms.
yeah. I mean, the two
Hang
division
on,
champ.
we're gonna turn some volume up here.
Unfortunately, man, I did get clipped with the right hand behind the ear as I put over to my own.
Yep, it certainly did.
Like, you can feel it, but I'm at it the entire time. Look, I'm wrestling. I'm trying to grab the single leg. He has to push me off him. Look, I instantly start talking to him. It sucks, man. It sucks when someone's taking from
Yeah,
you.
he's not happy.
You're actually beat.
I mean,
I would love to get beat. Hey, congrats to Henry Cejudo.
He said he would love to get beat. Sounds like he got clipped pretty good.
Hopefully we'll see
Yeah, he took a bunch of unanswered shots. You know, even though he was wrestling, he was still getting hit. So it's
I love
Yeah.
how where you were wrestling, yeah, but you were grabbing on an ankle with a dude on top of you, punching you in the head over
Yeah.
and over again. Like,
It's,
okay, cool, dude.
yeah, it's tough. The ref will tell you have to intelligently defend yourself, or they're gonna call it. They give them the time, and you'll hear the ref say.
You hear it all the time.
You hear it. You definitely hear it cage side.
Anatomy of a Fighter followed Henry around before the fight too. I was watching all that build up.
This was what? Nope.
I want to do some build up. Dean, I'm gonna do behind the series. When you get ready for your fight, like in your fight camp, I'm gonna do like the behind the scenes series.
All right. It's going to be a lot of sitting at work and then coming to the gym and then going home
Well-
and taking a shower and going to bed. But all right there,
All
bro.
right,
He almost threw the knee and pulled it. Did you see that?
I didn't. I'll watch another replay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you go to a dance one night
I got to go to a
And-
dance.
and do the one button story, reenact it.
The one.
I have to go to a
You gotta
dance.
relive it. No.
It's a fucking high school mixer.
Well, that's
Where
what
we
you were
going
at
to
last
dance?
time. You were at the
Makes
bar.
I was at
Remember?
a bar. I wasn't at a dance, guy. I'm not 14 years old. The fuck?
It was a
Oh,
dance.
can I go to a dance, ma?
It was
I
a
gotta go
dance.
meet my gal, get a pop.
It was a dance. It was good.
Wasn't it? We were at the bar. There was alcohol consumed.
What are you saying?
There's
That?
alcohol consumed at dances.
Yeah, bro. What kind of dances
It was
did
your
you go
degenerate-
to?
I was a child of the Lord. We had to save room. We had to save room for Jesus. There was no touching or nothing.
Hey,
We
there
had to
was
save room for the Bible.
Did you have to do the arm's length away?
Yeah, save room for Jesus, dog.
there was no.
That's a thing.
Save room for Jesus.
That's the
Yes.
space in between. The,
Save room for Jesus.
Yeah, dude, we had girls that were pregnant in 7th grade. You know what I'm
We
saying?
had a couple girls that were pregnant too,
Yeah.
but they didn't save room for Jesus.
Yeah, they definitely did say we. So our school, that was Elisa their worries. They're like, let's make sure nobody's got a knife or a gun on them.
See, no, that's not. We didn't have none of those problems.
Yeah.
We were at the
That's all right.
suburbs. That's the way she went.
Yeah. No, that was in the suburbs.
Y'all some fucking hood rats.
Dude, I grew up in the
That
sticks, bro.
Is true.
And the sticks.
In the sticks.
I want to see you out in the moonlight. I want to kiss you way back in the sticks. Like that type of shit.
Yeah, I feel like we should sign
Yeah,
you up for a
yeet.
record deal there.
Oh, I could fucking.
You know, I was thinking about this as well. Like, everyone talks about like doing hood rat shit. Like, there really wasn't a hood there. They were just criminals.
No, they're just still hood rats. Yeah, like for some reason.
There was no hood.
Nope, they're just
They were
rats.
just criminals.
They're
Yeah, they were
rats.
just rats.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really all it was. Same with where I'm from.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think learning jujitsu as like a high schooler would mess up?
Hey man, you
Mess
know
up your
about hood
wrestling.
rats and stuff, and everybody fucking around stealing money. Hey, I want to talk to you about the philosophy of jujitsu and.
Do
What are
you
you saying,
think it
dude?
would mess up your wrestling as a high schooler if
No.
you were learning
No,
both at
not
the
at
No,
same time?
because a lot of the kids that trained with us would wrestle club, and they would wrestle during the season at school, and they would come and do jujitsu, and of course we still did wrestling with them, but no, they didn't have an issue with, you know, pulling guard or anything like that. They're like, we're wrestling now, you know. I mean, partly that could be that we have a pretty heavy wrestling base, so, you know, the concepts of being on top and all that were, you know, are the same as in wrestling. So, but yeah, we had tons of guys that did that crossover and had no issues. They may have had some advantages because they would do things that you know, like a normal wrestler
Completely
wouldn't
unacceptable in a wrestling state.
Yeah, but they would find success, and like a lot of times you see on these highlight videos,
New age shit.
the new age shit. They're like, oh, these, you know, that's that jujitsu stuff, but it's at a wrestling tournament. They're like, that's from jujitsu, but you know, it's grappling, so there's crossover. So I don't think it hinders them or hurts them, you know. And it could be a good, you know what, it could be a good mental break after season. Yeah, give yourself, but you're still grappling, you're still getting work in, so you're not losing any of that. But
Staying in shape.
staying in shape, but you're getting a different, you know, a different look that could help complement. So I don't see it being detrimental by any means.
Do you think we'll start seeing like a transition from like high level guys, like high level wrestlers in college, you know, training jujitsu like while they're in college and active? Because it seems like
Not if they're wrestling.
Nope,
in
no
college.
time for that.
Yeah, there's no time for that when you're wrestling in college.
Nope.
Your life is designed for you to succeed at.
One goal
at
in
that
mind,
sport, yeah.
ain't got no time for nothing else. Ain't got no time for no
I mean,
half
they've
guard
got,
sweeps.
you know, like in football or like anything else. I mean, maybe they don't have millions invested or, you know, but they still have a huge investment in these athletes.
especially if you're a wrestling school.
Yeah. So you got
I
to
guarantee
you're there to
Iowa
wrestle.
has millions invested in
Yeah.
in their wrestling program. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
like there's plenty of people out there that your wrestling program is where it's at. So if you found these kids out there fucking doing half guard sweeps and Imanari rolls in their off time, you're like, hey, that's not a power clean. That's not a splint. That's not a sprint. That's not a double leg.
Yeah,
Figure
those-
it the fuck out.
and those guys with the I always forget the name of it. Those guys wrestle all year long that are at Iowa. They either, go to their respective places where they wrestled before, or
Go back to their high schools in the winter and shit.
oh yeah, they have feeder programs that got them into that place, so they go back to those places, whether it's like a Askren Wrestling Academy or an Izzy Style.
But
or
I guess that's kind of
like
my saying.
Perler.
Then. Like guys who aren't, like they're really good at wrestling, but they're not the top tier. They're not the Iowa, the Penn States, the Oklahoma State. But they're really good at. Let's say you're at Cornell and you're really good, and you may be an All-American. But I mean,
no, if you're
You're gonna try to win a national championship.
Yeah.
You gotta
Well,
go wrestle more.
Kyler Murray, in baseball, first round draft pick, probably gonna be one in football. Like, where are those guys in wrestling? Like, would they
it's
do
a different
like?
animal.
It's
a
those are
different animal.
athletes. Those are athletes that became really good at two sports.
Yeah.
And
So you're saying wrestlers couldn't do it?
no, I'm saying wrestling is so much harder because it's wrestling. You can't take off. You can't take off for those seasons.
Somebody-
and go do something else.
Yeah, somebody said it the other day, and I don't remember who it was. It was a post or whatever, it was a tweet or something. Oh, it was Henzo. Henzo just posted this up. Maybe it wasn't the other day, but I saw it the other day. And Henzo posted, and he said, in other sports, you have to learn how to master your body. But in like jiu-jitsu and wrestling, for that matter, you have to learn to not only control yourself, but you have to learn to control your opponent. So that's why it's that like singular focus. Like, I don't know. I never played baseball. I never
also
played
have
any other
another-
sports.
I got
But
another
you did,
point, too.
Dean, so you can
I got
maybe
another
chime
point
in.
too. These baseball has zero correlation to wrestling. Like basketball has correlation to football. There's these movements that you do, like back steps, and like you're just sprinting straight and jumping high and trying to do these really athletic movements for different sports. Wrestling is very athletic, but no way the way it is in like other than like an offensive lineman in football. Like that translates into Greco-Roman wrestling really, really well. But other than that, there's not a lot of athletic movements in other sports that translate well to a double leg takedown, other than doing double leg takedowns. You know?
Yeah.
Now, what they did say, and we always heard about this, was that if you were a legit football player and you wanted to take it to the next level, you would wrestle because you got better at your body control. It made you a better football player in the
Yeah,
sense
old
of,
linemen came and
yeah.
worked with the heavyweights and stuff a lot.
for sure. But maybe it didn't necessarily translate the other way around. Like, you're going to get better at wrestling because you're playing football, but you definitely get better at football if you're on the line wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
OU center is a bad mojo, and he was a really good all-state wrestler in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
I mean, imagine
After all
trying to
this time,
hand
he
fight.
censored himself and said mojo, and we've been saying motherfucker
I
and
know.
shit this whole time.
Well, he was. Don't fuck. Hey man.
Well, it's weird,
Bruce
like-
Buffer's gonna get you your $17, man.
Well, it's weird, like, when you're talking-
you better calm down, bud.
when you're talking about kids, like, I don't feel like I should cuss about kids.
Fuck them kids.
They're in college. They're not kids.
I mean, he's like 20.
Fucking 18.
He's
Yeah.
20.
Well, I mean, on one hand, they're still kids, but they're listen, if you can go die for your goddamn country, you know what? Then you may be a young
If you
adult,
can spunk on a
but
girl or
goddamn,
a guy's
yeah.
face and get paid for it, I'm pretty sure you can get cussed about.
I don't
I don't
understand
know.
that
I
reference,
don't-
but that's all right.
If you can shoot a porno, you can get cussed about. That's what I'm saying. You can get on camera and
I don't-
shoot
I
a
don't-
load somewhere. You'll be
I don't even
alright.
think you have to be 18 for that, sir.
Yeah.
You fucking weirdo.
I'm just saying.
The
like,
fuck? Get the fuck. Oh, I ain't doing this podcast no more.
I was just saying. I think that's why your reference didn't stick with a lot of
No,
people.
I'm pretty sure it stuck with a lot of people other than your pedo ass.
Yeah, I mean those.
I'm not a pedo, bro.
You're talking about a young adult, and as older adults, we can sit back and go, okay, yeah, they're still a. You use the reference, oh, they're a kid. That being said, they're also an adult.
Yeah.
So.
But I know. I think that wrestling, does help when it comes to football. And that was kind of, I was thinking of those different transitions, and I was like, why don't these guys do something else, or
see,
box
like,
or something?
You'll see like multi-sport athletes. You'll see guys that play football and they wrestle and they do track and field because there's a lot of athleticism that carries over and a lot of things that they do with the explosive movements
Staying
and things
good
like
shape
that.
and all those too.
Staying in good shape. But it's not like you generally would not see like a football player also excel at swimming.
Or soccer.
Well, yeah, they did because they're playing the same season. But but you could see a wrestler and a gymnast, although they generally compete at the same season as well. But if for some reason you couldn't, you could potentially see a wrestler and a gymnast. There could be some crossover in that. Because it's with that ridiculous body control that they need, that would definitely help with other people trying to manipulate their body positioning and the crazy balance and all that. So there would be some sports where there would be some decent crossover, but
Because, I mean, wouldn't you want to do something besides the thing you just constantly do? And it seems like that's all college wrestlers do is just wrestle.
You know, as weird as it sounds, like if I had the opportunity to do gymnastics while I was doing wrestling, I would have done it.
Well, here's the thing also is you keep talking about like college wrestlers and stuff. College wrestlers have no time, or any
it's
college
different,
athlete.
yeah.
When you're growing up, even in high school, you should play as many sports as you can and keep your grades up. You want to become the best athlete that you can until you find out what you're actually good at. Then, if you want to make a living at it, focus on that. Become the best you can. Centralize all your training around that once you're 19 and in college, because I ain't got time to go focus on other shit now. I know what I'm good at. I figured it out. I am an athlete and all these other things. I've developed all of these other skills, and I can move my body in all of these other ways. So now I have all that, and I can transition to that when I need it. But now it's time to fucking wrestle.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
I
it's
played
time to
other
do anything.
I did other things other than wrestling. We were a wrestling family, but I grew up rock climbing, and my grandfather played soccer, so I played soccer. And then when I got to high school, I was like, I'm only gonna wrestle. I'm gonna focus solely on this. Stop doing all the other stuff and just said, hey, I'm gonna focus on this. And that's became that
You
singular
might not even
mindset.
have to choose till like junior year of high school too.
Yeah.
Like freshman year is a lot of people like. I could probably tell he matured early. I know I matured really, really early, so I knew what I wanted to do. But a lot of people don't even know what they do or know how their body even works. Like they don't have the muscle mass to know how to move their body well, or the hand-eye coordination to move their body properly to even know what sport they're going to be good at, to centralize the training on that. So once you hit the college level and that real elite level, when you're trying to be a champion at something, that's when you centralize it. But other than that, I think I don't even believe in travel sports for young kids until you hit pretty much high school. And I traveled for sports my entire life. I kind of think it's pointless looking back on it. If I would have been better, I would have been better at the sport I centralized in if I became a better athlete throughout my entire life.
By playing multiple sports?
Yeah, instead of just becoming really good at this one sport at a young age.
Well, and it's hard because we're talking about team sports versus individual sports.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you could be on a travel baseball team or soccer team or whatever, and you may be the shittiest player on that team, but because you're good enough to get on that team, you're playing at that level, but you may ride the bench the whole time,
Right.
So, but if you're wrestling, you got to go out there and perform. You're not going to be on the squad unless you're actually competing.
Right.
Same thing
right.
like swimming and gymnastics and all that stuff. Like you're going to have to all the individual sports. Right, you have to go out there and do the damn thing, or else you're not gonna have a spot. So I think it gets clouded too with the other sports when you add in team sports. I played soccer and we had the best team in the league, and that didn't really mean anything. I was okay at best, but the rest of the dudes on our team were murderers. So I just stood there and looked pretty.
So do you like the individual sport of like wrestling and gymnastics, that it kind of, your team score comes together to determine if your team wins? Do you like that aspect better?
No, I don't like that I could potentially lose because somebody else fucked up.
It was
Well, that's
always
what
a
I mean. But
downer.
that's what I mean. Like, do you like the individualness of wrestling and gymnastics,
Yes.
where then they take your score with your other teammates' scores and put them together? Like, so you could still be a champion in your division.
Oh yeah, you can
but
win
then-
a team title.
But then you could win a team title. Do you like how
Yeah.
that's done?
I think if that's all based on the individual's performance. So if the whole squad's a bunch of gangsters, they can win individual events or sometimes compete against their own teammates and medal in individual events, and then still team. They put all the scores together to win. Like wrestling is a dual meet.
It is a team sport.
It's a team sport, but the only person I can blame, like my team didn't win, but I would win. You know what I mean? So
That's what I mean. Like,
So like you can always at the end of the day be like, well, I'm still holding my shit down, even though the squad shit the bed today. But if you held your shit down, you still be like, I held my shit down today. And that's what I like about individual sports, because you don't have. It also allows you to not be able to go, oh, it's somebody else's fault. No, it's my fault.
That can also be, if you're not that type of person, that can also be what team sports does teach you, though, is to take that accountability. Because, say, if you do make an error in a baseball game in the last inning when you have these 2 outs and your error cost your team the game, if you want to, you can go back and play the entire game scenario over, and if all these things played out, we would have won the game no matter what. But no, at the end of the day, everybody knows if you made that play, we would have won the game. So there's really no way to not feel everybody just hating you for those 5 minutes. And it does, I think you can either fold or it'll help shape you and push you past it, and then you won't fold under those, because that's an intense amount of pressure when 17 dudes are just staring at you because you fucked up so bad that you cost the game. And you can either fold, a lot of people do, or you can rise up and be like, and morph into the person that everybody wants to take that last ground ball or have the last at bat, which is something that an individual sport, because an individual sport, sometimes if you're not a strong-minded person, you won't learn to be like, okay, well, maybe that person was just better than me, and then just move on. And you don't realize that you can dig deep enough and pull something out of you.
I never thought that, that came into an individual sport. I always thought, you had to go with that mindset like, hey, this is all on me. There's nobody else here to help me.
Everybody knows. You know people that quit. You know people that if they go into something and there's a little hint that other person might be better than them and that other person gets the upper hand.
Yeah, they walk in
quit.
defeated.
They already quit. There's zero fight in that person to go win an actual fight of a match. Like, there's no way that they're going to win something that isn't handed to them that they're already better at that. And that's something that solo sport, if you're only wrestled with yourself, you're not going to learn that about yourself, I don't think, until it's put on you through, even if you go into high school and get on a team where people are like, you have to get fucking better now.
Yeah.
I suppose that you would get that in a dual meet setting.
Yeah,
right?
when
If
you're
like,
with
hey,
a team.
you need to go pin this guy
when you're
because,
on a team. Yeah.
right? Because we need to win this dual meet
That's
or whatever.
with the high school.
Yeah.
When you're in middle school, you don't have that. But when you get to high school and you're on a team and you're like, we need to win this dual meet right now,
We
then
had that
you can
in
get
junior
that
high.
pressure. We didn't have teams.
In junior high,
There was no team trophy. There was no dual meets in junior high.
we did. We were fucking gangsters. Our school was like 25-time champions. Straight up, is ridiculous.
No, ours was all we went.
It was all individual?
There was no junior high school sanctioned sports where I was from. It was all there was
there-
feeder teams for, like, you could go play for the. Like, I wrestled for the Francis South Central feeder program because that's
Sure.
what.
IKWF.
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
AAU, I believe, and then USA Wrestling was the two different things. But it was like, that was just what town you lived in, and that was where you were going to go to high school and middle school. So if you were going to wrestle, you can either go wrestle like privates, or you can go to the high school and learn from the high school coaches so they could see the crop of kids they were going to get, and then they would mold you. But they would never be like handing out team trophies and shit.
Because we had wrestling in junior high as like a team sport. So we actually had.
We didn't have
dual
no
meets and
team
all
sports
that.
in junior high.
Oh, that's wild. We did.
We had middle school. We didn't have junior high.
Well, middle school and junior high are similar.
It's the same thing.
Right, that's what I thought. I didn't
Pretty much
know
the same
or not.
Yeah.
We had zero.
Yeah, it's the same
middle
thing.
School is
Middle
either
school.
I
6th
think actually
through
we
8th.
had, it was 68. I think we actually had a middle school, like, actual sponsored middle school dance and cheer squad. But we had, thinking back on it, we had no sports for them to
Wow.
dance and cheer for.
We had full. Yeah, we had full basketball. One
Yeah,
of
we
the
had
schools
football,
we went to had
basketball,
football,
everything.
basketball. Yeah.
Maybe, wait, I think we did have basketball now that I think about it. So we had basketball. I don't believe we had baseball because I feel like I might have played.
No, usually baseball. It was like.
That's all camp shit, summer
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But then wrestling, I feel like I would have been on the wrestling team if we had a middle school wrestling
A
team.
lot of times what happens is, and it happens here in Illinois, is that you had to pick, you're either going to wrestle for your school or you're going to wrestle club. So maybe that's why. See, maybe you.
But Perler was like the club, and I wrestled. I mean, I went to Cross and Brewer were my wrestling coaches from first grade to junior year of high school. Like, I didn't wrestle for nobody else.
Damn, I don't know.
We didn't have no
Maybe they
teams,
it.
dog.
Yeah,
That's
We had
wild.
teams.
All right, guys. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we wrap this up? Have you been reading any books? Doing anything cool?
No, definitely not doing anything cool.
Besides jujitsu?
Yeah, just jujitsu. You know, banging nails during the day, and getting doing things that you hate, like running and sitting in the sauna. But other than that, that's about it. Life's pretty simple these days.
That's how you like it?
Yeah, makes life pretty easy.
I like
So-
it. What's up, Dino? Anything new?
No, not really. I felt way better sparring, striking yesterday than I have in the past couple sessions. So
Feeling some improvement?
yeah,
Just getting comfortable in there.
really just getting.
Yeah.
It's something I've never done before. I'm not. A lot of my friends get mad at me because I'm not really whenever we do shit, I kind of pick it up quick. I'm not really bad at anything,
That's quite a.
so I'm trying to. Yeah,
I'm
Cerrone
just watching these.
picked him
knees.
apart,
Yeah.
man. It was pretty. So I really feel like
A lot of times those knees steal your soul.
Well,
Those knees to the gut steal your soul.
Dude, Buakaw was putting his knees through that dude's spine.
Yeah.
Like, they were insane.
Yeah.
But, like we were talking about the other day, I feel like you can learn a lot even if you're not doing something, if you watch it constantly. And for like the past month straight, I've done nothing but like I was talking to you. I love Daniel Cormier, what he's done with his stand-up, and I've got like 3 pages of notes on what I've noticed he's been doing. So all I've been doing is watching fights and what I've like. So I've really focusing on that because I just refuse to go into something and get my ass whipped real proper.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Don't want that to happen.
And that's why when you were taking the round off sparring, and I was like, you know, and Jake's like, well, should we go or should we rest? And I was like, no, Dean needs to watch.
Yeah.
He needs to see the other, you know, another scenario. Like, oh, is he, you know, he's going to pick up on the leg kicks. He's going to pick up on the striking, the stand. Like, it's valuable to be right there what do they call it? Not uninterrupted.
Uninvested.
But
Unadulterated.
Unadulterated. Just,
Oh,
it was
okay,
just,
there you go.
there was no real music. It was just,
right.
you know,
Just watching
us
what's
three
going on.
and just dialed into what was going on. So like that's important to see that, to go, there it is. I see it now. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how that's done.
And then I did by the end of the round. I was like noticing, it's like, oh, you're only kicking right now. Like you're just throwing
he's
leg
like,
kicks
what
by the
did
end
you
of
decide to just stop throwing punches? And I was like, yeah,
the round. He just was only throwing leg kicks for like the last minute and a half.
all lead leg kicks.
Yep.
I was just like, I'm gonna rip apart this lead leg.
And he did
yeah. So
Real proper like, right?
real fucking proper. Tell you what. Did I ever tell you guys the story of like a month into jiu-jitsu when I almost shit myself at Leg Lock Club? Like prior to Leg Lock Club?
no, I don't. Well, maybe you did. But
I
I
was
don't
about to
remember.
ra-
I feel like I'd remember that.
I was about to wrap up, but we got to hear this.
So, like a month into Leg Lock Club, I'm getting healthy for the first time in a while. I'm all into.
Oh, is this a coconut oil?
I'm
story?
all into my greens shakes and my fasting and my like iced coffee to shit. So I'm going. This is my month into jiu-jitsu. I bet it's like my first like Leg Lock Club going into with Javi, and I break my fast with like a green shake, and I go grab like an iced coffee,
Oh boy.
and then I head to
It's
Leg Lock.
quite the combo.
And then I head to Leg Lock Club, and I get there like 15 minutes early. And I'm like, okay, I gotta fucking shit. And Def Nate walks in and goes in the bathroom real quick,
and destroys it.
and he takes a shit. It's 10:45. First of all, I call him Def Nate because he's kind of deaf.
He calls himself Def Nate. We're not being
you
rude.
got a friend that's deaf or he's blind and he calls himself blind.
He put
Or
it on his
maybe-
rash guard,
or
so
maybe
it's okay.
or maybe there's a gay friend. You call him Gay Jake. That's just the way. It's the way life goes. Don't call him that if you're not in the group. Damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Def Nate goes in there and proceeds to blow the fucking bathroom up for 70 fucking minutes. It's felt like, because I'm holding this liquid sewage shit in my, like just squeezing it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm starting to sweat right now. It's like 11:07. People are starting to shrimp. We're warming up. I'm like, okay, I got to figure something out. So I'm like, there's a CVS. There's got to be a bathroom in this CVS. So I waddle like a penguin over to the CVS. Fucking cheeks are clenched. We're going at it. And me and my stomach are going at it right now.
There's turmoil.
There's some turmoil going on, and I walk in the CVS, and it's one of these fucking there's bathrooms where there's the key, and it's like locked until you turn the key, and I'm like, fuck, and the key's gone. I can't find the key. I asked the person up on the front desk, I'm like, yo, where's the key? And like, it should just be hanging up right there. And I'm like, you motherfucker, it's not there. Somebody's in, and I thought somebody was just in there. So I was like, I can't make it back to the gym at this point in time. Like, I'm in here, like, you know when you hit the door handle, and your body's like, oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, it's go time.
It's go time. My body thought we were about to hit this door, and we thought we were going to go into this bathroom. We did not make it into the bathroom, and I'm like, dude, this shit is coming like now. It is. So I look.
You said 3 Hail Marys.
I'm in it. No, the bathroom is in the CVS utility closet. So I'm like, one of these boxes is getting in.
There's a bucket around here
So
somewhere.
no. I open the first box. I open up toilet paper. Fuck yeah! I take a fucking roll out, drop my fucking drawers, and shit a line of liquid fucking just green shake iced coffee sewage into this fucking box of fucking toilet paper.
You shit.
I shit into the box of fucking toilet paper.
And there's the twist.
Into the fucking utility closet.
No way.
Dude, it was coming. I couldn't walk back. I couldn't make it back to the gym. The gym's a block away. Literally 4 doors down. I was like,
Wait, hang on. Hey, were you inside
I
in
was
this closet?
It's in the CVS. No, the bathroom is in the CVS. First of all, the doors are open. It's not a closet. The doors you can just walk back there. So
It's a hallway.
It's a hallway. So I was like, okay, I know this shit's gonna take like 7 seconds. Do I have 7 seconds?
What else was in the box?
It was all toilet paper.
Oh,
it was
just
It was
toilet
like
paper.
it was a box of like. This is a box of toilet paper.
Did you pay for this?
What the fuck? What am I supposed to say? Yeah, I just shit in your box of toilet paper in your utility closet. Let me give you $7. No, I didn't pay. I ran the fucking leg lock club and fucking went to do leg lock club.
Hang on, did you pull out a roll to wipe?
Yeah, I pulled out a roll of toilet paper to wipe, shat into the fucking box.
I feel like.
and then wipe my shit.
Did you put the used toilet paper in that same box that you
What
shit
the
in?
fuck else am I
Of course.
supposed to do?
Did you leave the used toilet paper roll on the top? Because I feel like if you did, that's a gentleman's move. Because if I saw that box, I'd be like, someone just shit in this box. So I feel like you're a gentleman, even though this is horror.
Dude, how's this been 2 years and we're just now hearing the story?
Well, how else am I supposed to bring this up? This has been on my conscience. I needed to get it out.
I'm going to CVS and saying, hey, listen to Fight Companion
I've been in
number
that
2.
CVS so many times. I go in there all the time and buy like black.
Listen.
I buy like waters and everything.
Listen, with sometimes the quality of the individual that walks into that place, I feel like you're not the only one.
Oh my god!
I feel like that just may have been Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
dude,
Dude, there's people that take naps in CVS. In that CVS, you'll
You know
walk
what's
down
even-
the aisle and someone pulled a pillow off of the shelf and they're taking a little napper on that. No
You know
one's
what's-
saying shit.
You know what's even worse is I've gone to the bathroom in there since, and I'm pretty positive that I'm pretty sure positive the key wasn't gone. It's just like hung in a really weird spot. So I just
make it harder.
So I just missed it. So I just
You
was
just
like,
missed
the key's
it.
not here, and then I was like, shit in the box. That's what we're doing next.
So you shit in a box for no reason.
There wasn't no reason, dog. There was
No,
a
I mean,
fucking
hey,
reason.
hey, you could have shit on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like I did them a service.
I
Dude,
feel,
that is
I feel
wild.
like that could have been way worse. I feel like
I feel like it could have been. I mean, I could have. For all the possible outcomes of
Listen.
that story, that was
listen, Joey Diaz took a shit on the outside of his own building. You know what I'm saying?
outside of his friend's house and thought a bear shat on it. Yeah, that was what it was.
No, that was a fucking building. That wasn't his buddy's house. That was outside the office
Well, he
space.
shat twice then. He shat outside his
Well,
buddy's
guys-
backyard too, and his buddy ran over
Guys,
in his truck.
we are not topping that. That is a way to end the Fight Companion number 2. Oh my goodness. Dean, you had to get that off your mind.
Dude, I was thinking about it before I drove here. I was like, this story is coming out tonight. That's what I.
You did too. Like something told me I was about to end this. I was like, no, let him roll with this. Where's this going? And I'm glad we did.
When it all unfolded, it was worth every morsel.
Listen, man.
I'm gonna have to go to that
if you're-
CVS again just
if
to
you're
check
a
it out.
man and you haven't shit in not a toilet, then I
Okay.
don't really
So-
know what you're doing with your life.
So here's how we're gonna frame this all out. Here's how all this closes. As the quote for this one is gonna be Dean taking a selfie in front of said establishment. All right, I'll lean in.
All
Dean's gonna take a little selfie in front of said establishment, and the quote will be whatever the quote is. You'll pick it out, but it's got to be the picture instead of like whatever the picture is. That's the picture of the notorious establishment.
Dean, I'm gonna need you to go take a selfie with
I
CVS.
can take a. I mean, that's right by the gym. It's literally.
It's right there.
I mean, this comes
away.
out Monday, but I'll have to do it for like the Thursday promo of it.
It is a block away, so I don't really know what to tell you.
All right, everybody. This is Fight Companion number 2, Head Kick Radio with Dean shit in a box Ballenger. Our dude, Josh, Head Monster Passini. Your boy,
Life is so good right now.
Steven, your host. And the lovely Jasmine over here sitting off camera. All right, everybody.
Oh, Jesus. See you guys.
We out.
Say goodbye to all my friends. Say hello to the stars above.